Hello, Jinxie. Hello, Matt. Happy Friday. It's a good Friday. It's a beautiful day out today.
It really is. I'm glad I'm inside.
It's gorgeous day. Yeah,
Wait, what? I was going to comment about something on the screen, but I've learned not to do that until others can see it.
You still do.
Mm-hmm. You feel that? Yes.
I always try to find like something stupid to have it pop up with, and I keep ending up defaulting to the same ones. Oh, there we go. That one. That's a good one.
Oh. It works.
Apologies if there's bird sounds. I still have shut the closest windows, but the other ones are still open.
I do remember trying to go to sleep last night and struggling a little bit because of the sounds of all the frogs and the crickets and stuff.
Oh, I would just knock out with that. I love those sounds.
I was gonna go out there and start yelling at the frogs, you noisy frogs.
I can see your slippers on in a
big old robe,
and you got the newspaper, and you're like, "Dang damn it,
frogs!
Stupid frog
again!
Get off my property! This is public land." Oh, Drazzy.
Frogs, you can't own land, man.
Oh, that's the wrong one. Hello, welcome. It is stream time. I want to double check this is still going correct. It is good. Okay. We're good to go. Welcome. Happy Friday, everyone. Working on some more stuff. I did some work on this week to get some progress. I think it's mainly this one. Everything is cleaned up.
Wonderful.
So this is, that's probably nightly. So I think this one, or the only thing I haven't done in here is lighting. Everything else is done, but the lighting is really not the difficult part. I also went through some of these other shots and I cleaned up some of the lighting. Like some of the shots, I dropped the light a little lower and I played with some of the lighting on on these two so that they weren't so bright. But I dropped the light a little lower because otherwise it was all of Twilight's face was being darkened and it was weird. It didn't fit. So, because the light was too high. So I dropped it down so that it was coming in more and it allowed her nose to be lit at least. So I think if I add a special light for her eyes, like the center of the eyes, it might help. I just feel like otherwise she still looks a little dark. I also played around with some of the lighting here so that she was more evenly lit instead of being so much shadows. Same thing here. She saw an apple.
Oh, no.
This one I'm still not 100% sure on for lighting, but I think it's okay. It feels like too much, but I think I'm just going to render it and see how it turns out. I'm trying to keep bright sun come from there. I haven't cleaned up anything past this shot. I was going backwards. So this is what it used to look like. With the lighting, where Rarity was much darker on this side, but then I went and modified it so that she was much brighter overall. I think it was better that way. I might drop down some of let me just do that right now. The main light so that it's more like that, so that she's not so glowing. I mean, she might not like that, but yeah. So that's been kind of what I've been doing. It is just we're getting to the point of getting ready to kind of finalize everything. And so I need to make sure that everything is good to go for rendering. So I got to poke at these things.
Jurassic, according to Argo here, I just ate dog food. That's what I ate.
It's just a rice and bean dish that just looks like a big old bowl of dog food. That's what I've always called it.
It's brown rice, black beans, kielbasa, and Creole seasoning. Really simple to make.
I don't really know if I could taste the Creole though.
I'm always careful not to overdo it on the Creole seasoning, because if I overdo it, it gets too spicy.
Yeah, I felt like there wasn't any in there.
No, I put quite a bit.
I really didn't. Well, if you're talking about spicy, it wasn't spicy to me.
It wasn't spicy, no. I could have gone a little heavier on the Creole seasoning, but it's better. It's one of those things that it's better to not do too little than too much, because if you do too much, you notice it, and it's not as enjoyable because you're like hot.
I think that's a little better. Is that more? Nope, I still need another. No, I'm not asking you. I'm asking myself.
I see. Over here.
Okay, I think that's a little better. Yeah, because I want to kind of keep it still cartoony, and cartoony requires everything to be pretty evenly lit. I'm still at 64, right? No, I'm at 128. I feel like it's still kind of speckly up here for the lighting, but 256 is just not really doable. I need another Applejack light though, because her head's kind of dark. If dog food's not that bad, well, we call it dog food. It's not actually dog food. Michael's the one that made it, so yes, okay. According to Michael, he cooked dog food. Yeah, that's a little better for balancing out the lighting. I still feel like probably needs something else. Yeah, this light needs to be moved more towards like here and then dimmed down a little bit. God, there it goes. No. More in the face. Why is it like not hitting your cheek? Something's weird with that. I'm just watching this, trying to get so that I want a direction without too much. I think that's fine right there. I think that's good. That one might be. Oh, nope, this one needs to be changed too. Because if I can get this good to go in terms of like a lot of this lighting stuff, I can probably render it out, or at least start rendering it out like tonight. So
doesn't seem right.
Why?
She's not currently eating an apple. Actually, there are very few times where you actually see Applejack eating apples.
I think she does more towards the beginning of the series, but then after that, yeah, there's not much.
She's a fraud. She's not an Applejack at all. I think I saw her eating a strawberry once.
And a pear.
That's slander.
They open the closet and she's just in a dark closet eating a pear. No, Mike's here. Oh, Mike. Okay, when you said that.
Yeah,
I
was getting a drink.
Emmer, these are just gourmet dog food baggies. In my professional opinion, I wouldn't feed that to any dog. Drop volume. Hello, Kite. And hello, Jinxie. Hello, Edward. And Edward, like I said, quotes should be fixed now. So I have...
Oh, boy.
I didn't test adding one, but I tested pulling one up, and it did work. So that should be all good. I don't know at what point like I flipped the switch to turn them off, because I haven't been in Streamlabs software for a while, so I'm really confused as to what actually caused it to be goof. What is?
Watermelons killed your father. That's upsetting.
Oh no, Soul Kitty. I feel bad for you. I hope that you get revenge one day. Oh, we're gonna drop the main light a little bit. Mainly get the bright like parts off of her, and then this light. I don't know what this one is doing, but it's literally every shot is just hovering in the background. I think it's for Applejack scenes, but it's not doing anything. So I just shove it in the backgrounds here, make it useful. Then I can still keep the background lit without just blowing out her so much. I think it might still be a little bit Drop the main again just a little.
The Windows update to Windows 11.
I'm in Windows Update, 95% chance it was. But yeah, I know you're coding my bit.
Yes.
I don't know of anybody else that would just come up with that joke other than like big boy over here.
I think if one of these shorts or one of the things you've done should be turned into a short, it's Luna killing Batman.
Yeah,
I think that would make an amazing short.
Yeah. And hello, Nightly. How was Nightly doing?
Nightly. He's cheating. This is like looking at the answers to a test before the test.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Cheater.
Cheating.
You're a big fat phony.
Big, what is it? Big fat pony full of baloney? Or a phony pony full of baloney. That's what it was. Yeah, that's him.
Big fat baloney pony.
Big fat baloney.
You're a big baloney pony.
Phony pony. That was the best line in that whole movie.
I need to know if there's an OC.
Baloney OC?
Baloney pony. It's in Wiktionary. Baloney pony. Oh, that's okay. You know what? Now that I think about it, when I read what that might have been, I don't want
it's
those
on your
pictures.
search history now.
Yeah, it is.
You're under arrest.
Wow. All right, we're not gonna pull. Don't pull. Nope. Don't do. Well, you know the nice thing was, wouldn't have to worry about being made for kids then.
Yep.
I don't know with the current standards.
Yeah, the standards are we see ponies, it's for kids. They might be exploding, but it's still for kids.
Oh lordy, yes. I thought. See, my mind went to like the normal, like it'd be funny, like they have the little like,
a pony made from out of
like
blood.
the
hot dog pony.
No,
That's always cute. Soda pony.
Yeah, this
yes.
one. Yes, like this one.
Yes.
And then when she burps.
Oh, that one.
Like see, like that one's good. I mean, obviously this gets so weird, but it's
everything's weird.
But it's like they made a soda pony, so why can't they make why can't we have a baloney pony?
I saw the picture of a pizza pony. Somebody
ruined it. That's what happened.
And then she ate some of her main. She's like, "Oh no, I'm delicious." That was pretty cute.
I don't know why I find that funny. Oh yeah, and I finished these shots off stream too. So I don't remember if I had that brought up last time. So Urban Dictionary, that was Wiktionary. I think that's even like deeper down the dark web hole. Okay, so I think I'm gonna grab all these lights because these ones are pretty generic.
Food is nice.
Oh, rainbow's a little bright.
One day we will feed you. You just.
I don't really need food. You don't really need food. Food is nice, though. Food is nice.
Food's expensive.
Yes, food is expensive, Nightly. We're sorry. We're gonna have to take that back.
You can have a button to suck on. I think that's just a stain you.
Being that we just talked about like baloney pony, I don't know.
I mean, he's gonna eat the baloney ponies.
I don't know.
Sad. I mean, we're eating dog food over here, so.
Nightly, how is the move going? Is it getting good?
You're not gonna eat the baloney pony?
I'm thinking no.
Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna see if.
Oh, no. I had a horrible thought of like being out of food, and the only other thing that's in there is like Fluttershy. Like, I'm sorry, Fluttershy, look away. You're hungry. You went like a whole afternoon without food.
maybe, but you know what? You just do you. I'm trying to just add a little bit of the lighting back here, because being that the sun's coming down at that angle, it does mean that at least naturally many of these buildings are not going to be that well lit. So I'm trying to find some ways to get them lit. Yeah, Pip. Why are you trying to hide it? I know you took. You showed me the container she was in.
You missed. No, I ate the Pip. She's dead. She's delicious.
Okay.
It's been like 20 minutes since I ate, so I'm very hungry. Horses don't make good meat, they make pretty good adhesive.
So you just ate glue?
Yes, just like when I was a
You
kid.
Ralph Wiggum?
Yes. Glue's delicious.
Yum. I just realized I haven't started music. There we go. We're still only half packed, though. Yeah, I can understand that. That's the process. It always looks like, well, all I did is take my crap and shove it in boxes, but...
That's all I did.
Yeah, but then you have no idea where any of your stuff is. Half the boxes weren't even sealed in the bottom, so when I lifted it up, the bottom just fell out.
Why'd you do that?
Because I don't expect people to just leave their boxes open on both
I
sides.
just found spaces in boxes and put things in them, and then put the boxes in a back of a truck hooked up to my car.
Everything that when I did it was like I had them indicated kitchen, everything specific. So when people were unloading, they could say kitchen and bring it to the kitchen.
So many things I brought up here fell apart before they actually made it all the way.
Yeah, I know. You threw away so much crap.
Yeah, I did.
Because it all just broke.
I hauled so much stuff up here and threw away half of it. It was great.
I remember this one box I looked into, and it looked like a junk drawer. It was top to bottom, just full of stuff, stacked on top of more stuff, and it had nothing in common. It'd be like cords and like pamphlets, and like then there was a pony, and then some cash, and then it was just like it was literally a little of everything.
Yeah,
it made no sense. And that I would think was one of the ones that didn't have the bottom sealed. So it was tons of lots of little stuff.
Tape costs money.
But it wasn't just the bottom sealed, the whole side was falling apart. I think there was one box, the whole side exploded out and everything just like liquefied and just strew across everywhere.
Yeah. Now it all worked out.
No, it did. It was horrible. And half of it's still in the boxes.
Gotta make the next move even easier.
In a way, I guess. I don't know if I'm gonna worry about that eye light right now.
Like, I'm already half packed.
Being that you cleaned up?
No, being that I never unpacked a lot of things.
Alright, I have to disable, I think, all of these lights just so I can see what it looks like without anything.
Really, I think half,
Okay.
like, I could probably pack everything up in my room in about maybe 5-6 boxes right now.
Everything in your closet too?
That's already in boxes.
That those are part of the box count.
No, they can't. They're already in boxes. They're already good to go.
Nope.
Alrighty.
That is in my mind, but I'm compelled to ask. Nope, it has not been eaten. If and when that gets consumed, it will be on video. So, but
We're gonna celebrate its 1-year anniversary sitting in the kitchen.
oh wow, it's been a year. No, it hasn't been.
Not quite.
It hasn't been. It's been 8 months.
Yes.
Not even 8 months. It's been like 7 months and 20 days.
Your birthday's coming up quicker than you think.
My birthday is in 4 months.
Yes, it's coming.
Don't bring that up because my birthday's in fall and it just literally spring just started.
I don't know what you're concerned about. You're only 23.
I wish. I feel like it some days, but most days I don't.
It's fair. I even remember at work today, I was getting upset that I was doing some work, and my work sometimes requires my hands to be very limber, I guess. Well, and I could feel my fingers getting stiff as I was working, and it was frustrating.
You're not making it any better.
I work with my hands. It's fine.
Still not making it any better.
Whatever.
Where is Sonic Curry? It's over. We have it over in the kitchen. It's just sitting right next to the toaster. I put it there, and it is literally, it became a decoration. Thank you, Nightly, for making that. This is for the coffee. Thank you for the one derp.
Yes. Yay, derps.
It's going to go right back to you at some point.
You'll get 30% of that.
Yes. It's an investment. Actually, have you checked your, 401k and stuff?
I don't want to look at it right now.
I know. I went and looked at mine, and it was my 401k, one thing, but I looked at some of the other stuff, like the personal ones I have, and it's like...
I'm still up from when I invested and got a ton back from that whole thing, but it's been...
I'm overall up, but I'm definitely down from where I was originally. I didn't put all that much in there, but...
Definitely down from the beginning of the year by quite a bit.
I have a rollover IRA from my previous job, and I don't know what it was in, but it's down 30%. And I'm like, what?
Sounds about right.
All my personal stuff is actually still up from when I got it. That one is just down overall. That's...
I'd say for the year, not overall, but for the year, I'm down about 20%.
Yeah. It's tech stocks got hit so hard recently. But I'm saying that because it's I don't know, I just had it on the brain, brought up financial stuff.
Yeah,
I only have a little bit in some that I threw into some stuff just because it's better to have your money sitting in something than nothing.
Yeah. My boss, actually, he was talking to his finance guy yesterday. He took half a day off work just to do that because it's rough for everybody right now.
Well, it depends on what you're going to do with it. If it's retirement accounts, then this means nothing.
Yeah.
You just, I had my retirement stuff, because it's, when I have a 401k that they do matching at work. And so it's always going up and up and up because you're putting money into it as well. So it's always going up. But then I think since the beginning of the year, even though I'm still putting money into it, it's looking like this. It just hasn't went up. I'm literally paying to keep it the same. But what else you're doing is you're putting your money in at a lower number. So then when it does go up again, it'll jump up higher. So that's why 401ks don't matter so much. The money is future money.
And it'll bounce back. It always does.
Well,
it depends how long it takes is the question.
I had told a coworker, I'm like, it'll always bounce back, and if it doesn't, society collapsed, and you're fucked anyway.
Yeah, you're gonna you got to invest in rat meat at that point.
If you're 5 to 7 years from retiring, that's a different situation.
Yeah. No, I'm not too concerned, but it is rough to watch, so I'm trying not to watch it right now.
Yeah. Well, I have to potentially, if the house stuff works out, I have to sell my personal ones, and that will be rough. Because it's down 15%. So, but it's still up overall. I'm not going to lose money. But even if I do lose money, then I can just write it off of my taxes. I guess well. My 401k is great because it's mostly my workplace stock, which is split 5 ways and it's up to 10% from the split. Made from $3,000 last week. Yeah, tech was hit hard. With where you work, probably wasn't hit that hard. That works nice. Yeah, it's not going to hit me that. It's really was there just because if you have money sitting in a bank account, like a savings account, your annual return is 0.1%. It's absolute crap. So anything that I consider liquid, I threw into just some random index funds and stuff, just because anything made there, even if you make a 1%, it's still 10 times more than you make in a savings account for the same amount of money. So it was no matter what worth it. And so I'm up, I still think 5%. I had bought in a bunch of ExxonMobil stock when it was kind of low, and that was up 80%. And I actually put a decent amount into that one. So that's the one saving me the most right now. Well, for liquid, it's not 401k or Roth or anything.
Yeah. No, oil's been doing rather well.
For now, it's not going to.
Eventually, that's going to get phased out. So.
Yeah, it's they're right now just nickeling or getting every dime they can before things crash.
Well, here's the thing, though. I've been watching a lot of where the money is going for a lot of the new things that are going to come up to replace. I was looking at battery swapping. It's something that's been getting real popular overseas. and it's something they're starting to do more on the West Coast. And I'm like, okay, who's investing the most into this? Who's going to be the company to try to lead forward on this? You know who I found?
Gas.
Shell.
Well, yeah, because they have to. I'm glad to hear that that's what they're doing.
Yeah.
Because before they would fight against it. Now they know it's coming, and they're actually, if they can put some money into it, it will help everybody. So, no, that's great.
So I can see how it can conflict with some people who are like, don't support that, support this. But now it's kind of like, well, those people are supporting that now.
And Shell is Shell. Just all the gas stations should. I was watching some stuff about EV today, and like the standards and whatever, and it's definitely the next big thing. Hello, generator boy. Invest in ammo. The stock remains loaded. Last I heard, ammo's kind of been expensive and is probably going to continue to be expensive for a while.
It's interesting to see how much some of these cryptocurrencies are just collapsing right now.
Yeah, they always scared me, but
well, after all those NFTs got hacked, I think it's got the whole crypto market shaken.
Well, NFTs are just bullcrap.
They are, but they work on the same concept as like cryptocurrency. And while Bitcoin hasn't gotten hacked, it's all blockchain.
It's all blockchain, but cryptocurrencies there's a need and a want for crypto. NFTs, I don't see any of that.
They were pretty much considered to be a fad from the get-go.
They're the ones that did collapse, and I just a lot of the people. That's one of the things that sucks about an unregulated market is that there was just so many people that could pump and dump with that because they don't care. It's not illegal. They can do some stuff. And so people that would just literally buy and sell an NFT back and forth for a while to buff the price up to make it look like it's a wanted thing, then sell it to somebody and then nobody wants it. It made no sense. NFTs to me had a use. I actually did like the idea of being the video game thing that came up, the way that some of the game companies were going about it, I think they went about it poorly, but there was a cool thing where if you could buy an NFT game thing that if it were to work between games, but I just don't see any game company actually supporting something that they're going to have to support over a long period of time, but they no longer get profit off of, because the NFTs is a contract on initial sale, but nothing after that. They have no control of it, so that means that now they have to support this item going forward in future games, but they get no money out of it. So
no, they were selling screenshots of games. Yeah,
they went about it wrong. There was potential to do good things with it, and then they didn't.
I don't see anybody going through all the hassle of, say, you sell an NFT just because you're selling a picture, you're not actually selling
it's not a picture. You're selling, well, in a way you're selling a link, but if you can identify that something like an in-game item is a legitimate 100% authentic thing, and that therefore the game can verify it through the blockchain and enable it for you, to being able, so that you can have a collectible item that could be used and shown across different games, because now
it would have to be programmed into each of those games.
That's where it doesn't really work. It would be cool, but who's the hell's going to support that?
No one.
Yeah. If you had a game with multiple different, a mobile version and some other different versions, maybe, but there's no game that works that way.
No.
So it had potential, but most of them were just doing it as a money grab, and at that point, just bullshit. So.
That's what modders are for.
And especially since NFTs just became mainly about people just stealing other people's stuff to make money on, that's, that kind of also is a bunch of bullshit.
All video games need ponies in them.
Anyways, sorry. Want to get controversial, bring up NFTs. Well, we're not controversial on it. We're both, me and him, are against it. I haven't even asked him that, and I know that. Watching Plugger Inc. They have been developing hydrogen commercial vehicles. I still think that the main reason that hydrogen exists is because it's something that is still physically able to be sold, and therefore the government can still tax on it. I like gasoline, because gasoline is a big tax thing for the government. I think that is still, why not just do electric?
Well, there's two major issues with hydrogen. One, it's difficult to transport because being that it's such a small, you can't just put it in like any standard pipe or container because it'll leak. Very small atoms and the such. But the other issue is, I forget what I had two thoughts, but I've lost one. The other issue is there's only two ways to really get hydrogen, and one of them is burning coal.
Or, well, in that way, electricity or something.
Or getting it from water. And my problem with getting it from water is, do we really want to be burning the limited resource that is water on our planet as fuel?
Well, it kind of, because the byproduct is going to be water, so it's going to come back in some way. There's a lot of areas where water is a big resource, and I'm guessing that salt water is not exactly the best method. So if you're already doing a method to get clean drinking water, you probably would be better for drinking water. I mean,
one of them pollutes heavily, and the other one I just would prefer they weren't burning through.
No, I think electricity is a better method, but then our infrastructure isn't built to handle that type of thing either.
That's what the big infrastructure bill is about, or at least a large part of it.
Yeah, we're not big at being good at big water, or big electricity. Yeah. But I think that electric cars are the next thing. It's just having, and the infrastructure is getting there, and the technology. Actually, as far as I can tell, we've hit every mark for everything except in getting people to be confident about recharging outside of their own home. Because I've heard I was watching a video, they were talking about, people complaining that, when you're traveling on long trips, you have to spend your time charging, stopping for 10, 15 minutes. And the guy was like, actually, I did a long trip, and you know how nice it was after every few hours to forcibly have to take a 15-minute break? And even then, how much time do you spend getting gas every couple weeks when he said for the last year and a half, I never had to?
Yeah,
because I just plugged it in at home, so I never had to stop to get gas. How much time you might be saving 5-10 minutes there, but then one long trip still isn't going to negate that. I think
as far as super long trips are concerned, we just need to focus more on like accessible public transportation.
Yeah, that was the other thing they brought up too.
Yeah. Like if I'm going all the way from here to say Chicago, I'd much rather take a readily available, cheap, fast train, and then when I got off the train, have like some streetcars or light rails to get me around the city, or something along that fashion.
No, public transportation is great. America is not big on it though.
Yeah, that's because everybody has cars. But if the issue with electric cars is distance, then
it's not that the issue is distance, it's the infrastructure to even allow people to travel distance isn't quite there yet. It's better and it's getting there, but that scares people. But we'll give it time. We'll get there. Come on, horses. I'm trying to light you in the back of the head. Why are you not being lit? Oh, okay. I need a farther distance. I need for this shot. I need more light coming down on their heads. So I'm trying to just get that figured out. I'm pretty sure chess.com got into NFTs too. Every company did that were played off profits. They were going into it. NFT market is swamped by speculative collectors. Those jerks ruined the sports collector market and caused the 90s comic book crash. I don't even know it's about collectors. It was just about people making money. How many people bought something because they wanted to be a collector? It was either they wanted. I mean, there might be, but those people are stupid because. What? No, buying NFTs to be collectible.
I was just buying ponies to have them.
No, because again, you're just buying a link. You're not buying the item. You can go there and see it all the time. Yeah. No, it's stupid. The future electricity is nuclear. Windmills and solar panels is a marketing ploy. Kind of. I think solar is going to be a bigger part in the future. We have a lot of space that's usable. The problem is it's not consistent. So solar to me is a great buffer for during a daytime when you need more electricity. And as solar technology even improves more, which it has significantly, I think we're going to be seeing it a lot more and more. Like rooftop solar power is great. It's just inconsistent. So you still need some kind of a grid in power, and nuclear is great for filling that gap.
If you have a crap ton of solar and a really good battery system, you can stay on it consistently.
Yeah, but we're
working on
it. But like, well, for one, lithium is expensive, but
I'm looking forward to the sodium-ion batteries much.
No, because you can make mechanical batteries. You can. Yeah. It's not about storing electricity; it's about storing energy. Then all you have to do is convert that energy at some point. There's whole things where they put they take a giant piece of land, and during the day when they have excess electricity, they have gears that lift it up, and then at night they let it fall, and it drives pistons that run all the engines as it keeps going down. Then during the day, when the sun comes back out, they lift it back up.
Yeah.
There's nothing. It's literally physics. Yeah. And that to me is a better source of energy.
I've been looking into the whole sodium-ion batteries, which are poised to replace lead acid and ion or lithium-ion in a lot of applications, and they're super cheap compared to like lithium-ion and lead.
But I'm guessing that lithium still has a purpose. I'm guessing that lighter. Sodium's not going to fill that.
Tesla's already doing kind of a hybrid between sodium-ion and lithium in their newer vehicles. So it's pretty promising. I'm pretty excited about the new sodium-ion batteries. I think we're going to be seeing. I think lead acid is going to be a thing of the past within like 10 years, 10, 15 years.
What's wrong with lead acid?
It's toxic.
Yeah. Hasn't stopped America before.
No, you're right. The vast majority of solar banks are still lead acid.
Well, because they're probably goddamn cheap.
They're way cheaper than lithium, yeah.
Try to figure out what this light's giving Applejack her face light there. It's that one, okay. I'll get rid of that one. Still too bright. She's the closest one, and she's also pretty bright. So I'm just trying to figure out, maybe I can go around here. I feel like I still just need more light from the top, but I'm scared to do that because I have to deal with the ground. I'm gonna disable this one. I'm gonna try something else.
Sunset, it's kind of like lead acid batteries as far as recycling is concerned. Lead acid batteries are super toxic, and but we recycle like 99% of them. And the reason is there's facilities that exist for the sole purpose of disassembling them component by component. Like a lot of stuff we can just throw into a furnace, melt it down, and reclaim the materials, but we can't do that with a lead acid battery. But they've become so standardized, the lead acid battery has, that there are facilities that can just automatically disassemble them on a component level and then recycle them that way.
Sometimes old tech has the benefit of having been around for so long that people are just really good about how to deal with them. I'm trying to think of what else was something with that. There was a certain thing I remember hearing about that was just it's hard to supplant. Oh, it was actually CRTs.
Yeah. Like
CRTs towards the end of their life were amazing. Like you could start getting some that were better than LCDs in many, many ways.
Oh yeah, I had one. It took 2 people to carry it, but
yes, yeah. I think Linus Tech Tips did one recently. It was an 80-pound monitor, but it still missed the mark in some places. But it had some huge benefits compared to even LCDs that even LCD tech hasn't gotten up to, because CRTs had like 40 years of tech, and it's, if you can just hear about how our CRT works. It like an LCD is like each pixel and they send data, but a CRT was like we send a beam of light that goes through the entire screen 30 times a second or 300 and something times a second. You're like, how the hell does it do that? Yeah. Like it was crazy and it was using magnets to direct the beam. Right. And that tech to me was fascinating.
the monitor I'm referring to, I think it was 28 inches.
That's what she said.
It was more than 1080p. It was like 2000 something. CRT. It was like, I got this thing, and it was amazing. It took me and my brother to actually move it because it was so heavy. But when you turned it on, it would go, whoa. Like, it's like
the monitors where, like, you ever have those ones where if you had like a piece of paper and you put it to the monitor, you turn it on, you could just let it go and it would stick?
Yes, because
it's the static.
CRTs towards the end were like just the beastliest.
They were beastly, but they were good.
They had good picture towards the end. They were just getting crazy and practical in their weight and size.
But like, but like LTT was bringing up, but like CRTs didn't have a native resolution. So like if you changed your resolution, it didn't lose anything. Like that's what was cool about it. Like in LCD, if you change your resolution, like I'm running a 2K monitor, but when I'm streaming, I change it to 1080 and it makes it softer on the edges because it's now having to like figure out how to do the pixels, but the freaking CRTs didn't. CRTs were just, and if you play old games on CRTs, they look much better because they were built for them. But it was just, I don't know. I find CRT tech just to be like, to me, more interesting technology than LCD.
Also, the zapper from Nintendo only works on CRTs. Very important.
Oh, the gun?
Yeah, it doesn't work on flat screen.
Once I figured out how that gun worked, I'm like, holy crap.
I have one upstairs.
I know, but yeah, well, because now they still do the blink. Well, it doesn't know where it is. Okay,
Yeah,
I guess.
it can't work on the flat screens. It's like, if you want to play Duck Hunt, you have to have a CRT television.
Yeah, you can get versions of the gun now that do work on LCD.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure.
Okay, that looks pretty good with Pinky. I like that. I'm gonna have to probably do a light per character to make this work. But I have to be very careful on how I put these lights and where I put them, because if I start crossing over, it's gonna start looking really weird. So I'm gonna probably have to do that. This one is for Applejack, so I'm just gonna put this one back on, but we're gonna dim it. Actually, no, I think that might have been fine. And probably just a little bit on the edge there for Rainbow, and then I think it might be good. I'm gonna delete this one. We don't need it.
I think one thing that's definitely going to make me stand out as old is with the old CRTs, the first touch screens. Like I remember,
the old first touchscreen sucked.
Yes, but the fact that I remember, like touchscreens are all over the place these days. We all carry them in our pockets. But back when I was a kid, and I saw my first touchscreen, I couldn't stop playing with it and thought it was something so magical, something from the future. It's crazy.
I had a touchscreen 1080 monitor that I got when Fallout 4 came out because I wanted to use it as a secondary like Pip-Boy. But with the touchscreen, or not touchscreen, but dual monitor support on the old like Windows 7 computers was so bad that it did not know how to deal with that. So like if it was in the same version of Windows, if you touch the other monitor, it would just shut down that program because like you're over here now, and it didn't work out the way I wanted it to. So I ended up I spent a bunch of money on a touchscreen monitor and I never used it. I ended up selling it to a friend for like super cheap. But you can't even buy touchscreen. Well, you can if you buy touchscreen monitors nowadays, they're more for art purposes than anything.
Yeah, that's where they actually shine. It's like tablets.
Yeah, I don't know if you could just buy a normal touchscreen monitor like that anymore. Cheap solar panels only last maybe 5 years. Quality panels last 15 to 25. All of them are toxic after their lifespan. I've seen some interesting ones that do a little better at that, but yeah, I can understand. Yeah. But it depends. Everything's kind of toxic. It's the amount of energy that they're saving over that amount of time, the better.
And that's why I was getting to like the lead-acid batteries.
There's always a balance. Well, no, we're talking about the actual panels themselves.
Yeah, I'm saying at a certain point they'll become so standardized like the batteries that they'll be easy to disassemble. Moving
those old CRT floor cabinet units was a major pain. Yeah, I remember having to move. There was like a 40-something inch CRT TV that somebody had that we were moving one time. And Oh my God. Like you can take even like a 50-pound LCD, you can probably make work because you can keep the center of mass on you. CRT, you can't do that. There's no way to keep the center of mass under you. If some of those are 2, maybe even 3 person, and good luck trying to find a place to put those chonkers.
I remember when I bought
The first flat screen that was going to go in the living room, and it was a 40-inch television, I think. And up until that point, I was like, oh, a 40-inch television. I'm going to need help. And then it got delivered, and I'm like, oh.
For LCD?
Yeah, first LCD. And I was just like, this is light. Like, I thought I was going to need help.
Well, early LCDs were still kind of hefty, and they were still kind of chonk.
But you could manage.
Yeah, but nowadays, like this TV, this is a 43-inch OLED. Like this is still heavy for its size, but it's very manageable.
Yeah,
it's not that bad at all.
If you had told you had to lift a 40-inch CRT, you'd be calling friends over.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. The old days.
Yeah.
Back in my day,
we used to have to break at least 3 of our friends' backs to move the television.
Back in my day, if we wanted to move a TV, you had to sign a waiver.
Yes. Oh, man. I remember my aunt had one of those big, beefy TVs with, like, the speakers on the side. They were, like, basically cabinets with the TV screen at the center. They were so heavy that you could not move them without some sort of mechanical help, even if it was just like a dolly and like 2 guys keep it balanced on the dolly. Otherwise, that thing wasn't going anywhere. And that thing was probably from the 1970s, I wanted to say. Like, if somebody suddenly teleported from the 1970s to now and saw how far televisions had gone, their brains would explode.
Just any tech. This thing has a higher resolution than TVs did 10 years ago. Because this is running in 2K.
Yeah, but people only use that for looking at cats.
But it's high resolution cats.
Yeah, it is high resolution cats.
Yeah, actually, I had an issue. So being a folding phone, I just popped in the last couple of days where the screen is doing a thing in the middle, the screen protector. But I have an appointment tomorrow. They're going to fix it for free. But it's not actually fixed. I'm having an issue where for the ones it's got the screen protector started popping at the middle, and it took 3 days, and then it had fully popped. And but yeah, they're covering it under warranty, and I just bring it somewhere, and they'll be like, "Yep, we'll just fix it." I'm like, oh, okay. But yeah, that was a little frustrating. It started on the edge a little bit with the air gap, and then it just went all the way across. But
yeah. That folding phone doesn't really appeal to me.
Well, I love the fold. I love it, but the screen itself is warranted for a huge amount of time, but that's the screen protector that's a problem. And yeah. But they're going to cover it at least this time, so it's fine with me. Good. And I wouldn't want to use a phone like that. Most phones nowadays, I don't care about a screen cover. The Gorilla Glass is great, but this one is a softer screen because of that. And I'm not gonna. But also, they say do not remove the screen yourself, the screen protector on these phones, because you could actually tear the screen off.
I've intentionally torn the screen off of phones I've owned.
Well, this one, because it's softer and it's foldable, they say do not do it, because if you tear the screen off, you voided your warranty. So I'm like, nope, I'll have somebody else do it.
No, I think not this phone, but the 2 phones previous to this phone, I bought them with broken screens. Like, they had broken screens when I bought them. I bought them secondhand. And then I just also bought a screen to replace. It was way cheaper. But I'm cheap, so.
I don't know. New phones nowadays are super hard to try to get that figured out with. There's such small text stuff. It's like chonker appropriate description. Actually, like, where is it? I think it's like we had a good laugh at the convention, because this right here is my little portable hard drive, and I can't play it right now because it would kill the stream. But when we were plugged in that drive, it's called Big Chungus, And when there was a big laugh from the audience because I forgot that I named the drive that, and so Minty plugs the drive in, and it comes up in the bottom of the screen. Big Chungus has been plugged in, and everybody loved that, and they laughed, and I'm like, "What are you guys laughing at? I didn't get it." And
that's part of the whole panel.
Yeah, well, actually, it was like that was the biggest laugh of the whole panel. Was just my hard drive.
That's a great panel.
It was a pretty decent panel. I had Minty message me today about, hey, you going to TrotCon? I'm like, no. And he's like, oh, I thought you were. I'm like, no.
You were playing with the idea.
I was playing with the idea until they ran out of hotel space.
I simply, after a bit of review, I simply don't have the time to. You'd be on that one on your own, which I'm sure you would enjoy.
No, I like being able to go to conventions with people that I know.
Jay's going.
Yeah, but I wouldn't be rooming with him or anything. It would be, he's probably doing his own thing, so.
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. That's what I need to do with this light. I need to split this off because the light was lighting up her foot too much. And when you have an object, and the shadows will be a higher quality in the final, but when you have an object that's creating a shadow there, but then their feet are like well lit, it doesn't make any sense, because why is there light from that side, but they're casting a shadow on that side too? So I was trying to look at this like, how do I lift the light up higher so that it's darker at their feet level, so it doesn't look so like weird? I think this is good as is. No, this is a little dark. How do I lighten this up a little bit? I think if I lighten this building a bit, because this is going to be a dark side. This one I can probably get away with. One of these lights is just for the building there, because I wasn't really paying attention. Okay. I don't even care about naming things right now. We're going to do that building right there. But anyways, how is everybody's Friday going? I hope you had a good Friday.
Awful. Just awful.
Awful?
Awful.
Why is it awful?
I don't know.
Actually, you know what? I don't care.
Good.
Not from you anyway.
Yeah, that's fair. A lady stole my apricot. That'd be fun.
What?
I don't know. A lady stole my apricot. I'm having
Your apricot.
a terrible day.
Why'd you only have one apricot?
It's my daily apricot. Don't you have a daily apricot?
I can't remember the last time I had an apricot. Actually, I don't know if I've ever had an apricot.
What's wrong with you?
What the hell? Well, okay, when's the last time you had an apricot?
Did you not just hear about my daily apricot?
I'm pretty sure that's bullshit.
You might be right. It's been a while, I guess, since I had an apricot. But at least I've eaten apricots.
I mean, I might have. Hold on. Okay, hold on.
I mean, they have them at the store pretty regularly.
Yeah, I don't have it on my list. Yeah, I don't. Isn't that just a peach?
It's like a tiny peach, yeah. But it tastes different.
It's a peach.
It's not a peach, it's an apricot. Nobody shrinks down peaches into dried. Get like dried apricots. You're not gonna have a dried peach. It'd be nasty. What are you doing?
What is this?
It's a grape.
No, it's not. It's a raisin.
Yeah. It can be.
Yeah.
If it's dried out.
Yeah, sure, but these are raisins.
Yeah, they have the potential.
It just says these are peaches.
It does not say that they're peaches. Those are apricots.
A peach and an apricot. That's what it says. These are peaches.
It's a peach and an apricot. They're not all peaches and they're not all apricots.
You know that meme where they're like, corporate wants you to determine the difference between these two pictures?
Apricots are small.
They're the same thing. Well, I don't know here. Well, these look the same to me.
They do not.
Look at this. It looks...
I can tell which ones are a peach and which ones are an apricot.
Because which one's burnt?
No, they're
Just
not.
don't cook them so much. Solved.
They're not cooking any of them.
Well, then what's the difference? One of these was definitely in the oven 5 minutes longer.
They're two different fruits.
No, they're the same fruit.
They're not.
See, if people have to ask this question, it's because we just need to simplify the answer.
It's because
It's just
people
the same
like
thing.
you just flipping out over it because you can't tell your vegetables apart.
It's not a vegetable. It's a fruit.
You see, at least we're making progress.
I feel like you're trying to quiz me, and or you just didn't think about what you said.
Yes.
Which is it? Those are hydrated raisins, yes.
That was...
Wow. Oh, okay, I added a bit of light to that build. I need to up that light. So this is, I just wanted to create, actually, you know what, I can probably add a little bit of light to this too. It's mainly of, I just am looking to make everything feel like it's correct. And to me, there's too much dark area for how sunny it is, even if that's legitimately how it should be lit. It doesn't feel like that's how it should be lit. And I just realized, wait. So this was still on.
Yeah, I noticed that earlier. I figured you did it on purpose.
No, it didn't.
just thinking, no. This was like,
It was just very sad.
nobody came to us birthday.
So okay, so putting the light there's a little better. What I want to do here is this thing right here, having a little bit more light on it. I'm gonna put a little bit lower. We're going to cut off the area. Oh, this is one of those stupid ones. I gotta. Is this an Uber light? It is not. Actually, you know what? We're gonna grab one that is.
I'm getting another drink.
It is 7.
It is. I've been watching the clock for this moment.
Well, you can go get another.
You have to finish what you got. There's still some left. You have to drink it. You didn't get it all. Now I don't want to touch that glass. You violated it.
I did what you wanted. If the Seagrams runs out, just grab the Canadian Club.
Okay.
All right, so this one should already be in Uber Light. Oh, actually, that's not too bad right there. It's basically just adding a little bit to it, but I want to make sure it's not hitting the building. We're going to drop that far edge all the way. Probably pull a little around a little bit more. Oh, this is going to be... Oh, can I not stop it from doing? No, I can. There, right there. We're good. Oh, I thought maybe that was the light line. Because if I go a little further, you can see the actual line of light. But that's not where I'm going. Hello, Grizz Guy. Hello, happy Friday. How is your Friday going? I hope good. And if it isn't, it's not over yet, unless you are like much further east than I am. Then maybe it is. Oh, Rainbow. Everybody here looks okay, except Applejack feels like she could be better lit from this side. So let's grab her light, which I did not name. Which is fine, because they barely gave her credit in the show anyway. That's her headlight. That's... I thought it was like room light 7. Oh, I must have moved it up. Yeah. Maybe? I don't know that. I'm confused. We're going to bring it down a little bit more. Maybe a little around here. Oh, that's actually... I feel like she's going to be a tough one. Okay, I'm seeing the ground right here. I don't want that. That works pretty good. And drop the intensity to just be getting a little of the edge. You know, that's fine. She can fade into the distance. I'm guessing I meant tired. Just got done with work. Oh, well, what do you do for work? No, you put it down. You were very much tipping.
Yeah, there's still a little bit left in the can. I don't think I mixed it.
Well, you made it that strong. I think that last drink I made way goddamn strong. There's so many lights. So there's a lot of lights because of being lazy. Brought a stick to mix it. Thank you, I guess. There's a lot of lights mainly because, so when I have the problem with a shot like this and trying to get the lighting to be right is if I do one big light coming down on everybody, you have characters like Rarity, which are very bright and are going to reflect light easier. And then you have people like Twilight, which are darker and therefore not going to reflect light as easy. Just the way that their textures are done. So, and then you have different characters at different positions and at different distances and different angles depending on your light. And I'm also trying to make sure that the shadows that are cast work. So it's all these different factors that ends up being the best way to do your lighting is to just start individually lighting each one how you need it to be. It's not about being realistic. It's about making it feel realistic. So if I were to put the lights all real, like these buildings back here, from the angle I was working on, would not be lit. This building, this one would be all dark, this one would be all dark. It just didn't make any sense. It didn't fit. So,
hello, Kite.
Oh, yes, hello, Kite. Rainbow Dash. I'll get that one sec here. So I break this all up instead. I'm just naming things can be a longer process, and once I start getting towards the end of of a video, I usually start getting lazy in how I name stuff because I'm not going to be having to go back as many times over things to figure things out. So normally I'm pretty good about it. Like even all these buildings are named and like the trees aren't named, but like I name all the actors and like, so normally I'm good about it, but it's early on and I'm kind of late in the process now. Even like right now, like Fluttershy's hair is a little bright, but that's fine. So, okay, we need to do a stupid face though. So let's grab one of those. So, what do we got here? We have a Rainbow Dash. Rainbow Dash. I put a V in there. Okay. Let's see. There we go. It's Rainbow. And what is Rainbow going to do? Michael, what like?
I was worried about this.
Michael, give me like what's the first word that pops into your head?
Pickaloaf.
This is like the podcast. Stop making up words.
It's not a made-up word.
Pickaloaf is not a word.
Yes, it is.
Is it?
Yes. It's a type of lunch meat.
Is it?
Yeah.
Pickaloaf.
There you go.
This is pizza loaf. It's pickle and pimento?
Yeah. Pickaloaf.
No.
Yes.
It doesn't. None of these say pickaloaf.
No, I've always called it pickaloaf. That's pickaloaf.
No. Okay. You know what? Use real words.
That's a real word.
No. That. If the first word in your head of anything in the universe was pickaloaf, you have cancer.
Well, now you're making me think.
Yeah, literally, the first word. Is that how long it takes to process a word?
First word. Go. Trash pan. That's 2 words.
You wanted to say pickaloaf again.
Pickaloaf is such a fun word.
I can't make her a pickaloaf.
Type in pickaloaf in the source filmmaker. Maybe you have one.
No, I'm kidding. No, I don't. Okay. Okay, now
Trying to make her into a pickle loaf.
nope. You said
about
trash.
lunch?
We're making
No, type in lunch
rainbow
meat.
trash. Nope, it's rainbow trash.
See, trash now. Get good. Oh, that's fairly decent. Trash can. You're gonna need to fill it with trash.
I am.
Maybe she'd be like R2D2, but a trash can.
I am definitely going to fill this with trash. Get it?
Yeah, I get it, because Rainbow Dash is trash.
Yes.
She's a trash horse. Probably worse pony. Man, I used to eat so much pickle loaf when I was a kid.
Is it literally pickle and pimento?
Yeah.
I mean, I can't see that
I
being
always remember being called pickle loaf.
bad, but I've never heard of pickle loaf. Has anybody here heard of a pickle loaf?
That's what it is. You just saw pictures of it.
It was the most disgusting lunch meat ever.
My mom liked it a lot.
Michael's neural network is learning he's learning words, and he'll get better over time. But by then he'll be dead.
What was that luncheon loaf? That's what I used to like to eat.
What is a luncheon loaf?
You know, no, type in luncheon loaf. That was my favorite lunch meat. No, luncheon loaf. Oh, you got pictures of it.
No, this is lunch loaf.
Lunch loaf.
I typed in luncheon loaf.
That's luncheon loaf.
What the hell is this?
You're looking at pictures of luncheon loaf. Oh, that's how we used to get the Oscar Myers version. I used to love spiced luncheon loaf.
This pork? Oh, okay, wait. Hold on. I need to open this. I need to open this separately because these words are amazing. We have pork, mechanically separated turkey.
Only the best separated turkey.
So is their machine arms tearing the
ripping
turkey?
a turkey apart, yes.
Modified cornstarch, not regular cornstarch.
Delicious.
Regular sugar, not good enough. We need to modify water, salt, corn syrup.
Yeah.
And then, wait, so this has modified sugar,
Yeah. Yeah.
then sugar,
And ripped apart turkeys.
and literally mechanically tortured turkeys.
Yes.
With a pig.
It added more flavor.
With sodium prosplate and I can't read that other
I
word.
used to love luncheon loaf. No, I don't like Spam that much.
Only the best is branded Barras. Yeah, mechanically separated chicken. What is mechanically separated?
It probably means it was just diced up.
Pork hearts? You are literally just taking their hearts.
No, luncheon loaf was pretty much the cheaper lunch meat made from just all the bits that weren't good enough to be in the other lunch meats. Like they basically threw whatever they could find into it.
Potassium lactate, my favorite.
That one has beef in it. 2% or less than beef, so that was what beef might have fallen in here. We're unsure.
Every slice has 2 grams of sugar.
Yes. No,
What is? I just like spiced.
yeah, it's
Quality, taste, value. What does satisfaction guaranteed
the fact
mean?
that you never ate lunch loaf just shows me that
No,
you were
I
like
didn't
a
just
rich
not eat it.
family.
I did not know it existed until you said that.
Yeah, no, you were from a rich fancy family. You had like actual like slices of ham and crap.
When I searched luncheon loaf, it actually came up with pickle and pimento.
Yeah, it was like because that's what people.
We cover up the bad taste with pimento.
That's what people who grew up in like my like wealth level was like. We didn't get ham or turkey or any of your fancy other like whole one animal meats. We got whatever was left packed together with cornstarch and fed to us to keep us alive.
Mm-hmm.
It was good.
Uh-huh.
As Rainbow gets smushed by a trash.
Oh, that's why that's not working. There we go.
American food is based on a lot of like it makes a lot of sense, like especially around the Cincinnati area, which was just one huge city that was a slaughterhouse. Like all the good food went to like the East Coast to feed the like people their ham, their turkey, and people in like the Cincinnati area where I grew up ate what was left on the floor after all the animals were diced up. So they made things like cheap sausages and geta and like whatever they could put in like a chili. That's pretty cute.
I knew as soon as I did that part, you were going to be like, oh my God. I got to actually undo that, though. I need to do this part with rotation at local, or it's going to not work very good.
Like, if you're ever around Cincinnati, try Geta. It's essentially all the bits that weren't good enough to be shipped out.
Are you recommending people to just eat trash?
No, it's good. They pack it with oats and maple syrup. Make it taste decent. But it's mostly just pig fat.
I can understand that nostalgia is going to overpower anything. But still,
it's good.
You can afford better, Michael, now.
I just ate dog food. You said so. It was pretty good dog food. Now, Geta is decent. Have you ever had Scrapple?
Isn't that a board game?
No, you're thinking of Scrabble. I'm talking about Scrapple. It's a food.
What you I'm not gonna lie, you keep bringing up foods I have never heard of.
No, it's kind of like Geta's kind of like Scrapple. Yeah, it's Scrapple. Geta's kind of like that. Like, but Scrapple, people know that throughout the. It's more broadly recognized than Geta.
Sorry. There we go. So, okay, so we have pork stock, pork skins, cornmeal, wheat flour. I mean, that at least has meat in it.
Yeah, but that's not what we ate. We ate Geta. Scrapple was above us.
Geta?
Yeah.
It's a car.
No,
you ate a car?
You need to spell with an O.
Beta Geta Jetta.
Spell with an O.
Geta?
No, after the G.
That's Goda.
You know,
this is Geta?
Say Cincinnati Geta. I can't remember the exact spelling.
Because that is definitely Gotta.
Okay, that's how you spell it. G-O-E-T-T.
Okay, that's Get. I'll go. It's not even telling me what's in it because I think they're afraid.
No, they have it on there.
I feel like where you came from, they just made up food words to like.
See, they got the thing on.
What?
It's right there.
I thought you were pointing at this. I'm like, I don't know what that is, but
actually,
no.
I think that's just the. Oh no, they have it. They have it somewhere.
There we go. Let's see. We're gonna open a new tab. What is in this one? So we have pork, water, oats, beef, onions, salt, and flavoring.
Yeah.
At least it meets the first ingredient, followed by water. That's not uncommon.
No, we had that.
All these foods I've never heard of.
That's because you grew up in a different area than me. The food around here isn't as interesting. You guys actually have like the slaughter, like food here. We had the bits.
Food?
We had the bits that you guys wouldn't eat.
Well, yeah, because somebody's got to eat it. Mm-hmm. And we appreciate your sacrifice.
It's delicious. You're missing out.
No, we did get in on it. We got the higher premium stuff, apparently. Now, my family wasn't like all that well off or anything. They had some financial difficulties, but not nearly as bad as Michael's.
My dad working at a pizzeria while my mom was unemployed in a trailer park.
When what is it? Taco Bell comes out and is like half of our meat is sawdust, and he's probably like, that's fine. We ate sawdust all the time. I was
actually upset when they raised the price. I had no problem with the taste of it before. They raised the price when they had to go more beef, like by quite a bit. I was actually a little upset.
Okay, we need to make her angry. I gotta finish this stupid face. We're gonna be. She's gonna be angry. She's gonna be frowning. I'm gonna need to make those brows or like that. There, that's pretty good.
Dogs get all the good food. And the only difference between dog food grade meat and the stuff that I eat is the number of spices.
Okay. There she goes. So she's very angry, right? Mm-hmm. Okay. Well, now we gotta do one more thing.
If I got some Vienna sausages, because I know you've never eaten Vienna sausages, and I brought them to the next stream, would you eat them?
I mean, I guess, but
Yay.
Vienna sausages don't sound all that great.
I used to love my mom.
Used to. Why don't you now?
No, I don't think about it as much. But when I was a kid, my mom would buy a can of them, and then she would give us one each to share. Like, well, we get one from the can. That would be ours, but one can to share. It was like a
One
nice
from the
little treat.
can.
Yeah.
Okay. Canned sausages.
Yeah. That's how the Vienna sausages are sold. In cans. And they do have them up here. So, I'll get next stream. Get Vienna sausages.
That's Tuesday.
Yes. Vienna sausages was Sonic curry. You make a gourmet meal.
Oh no.
Yes. If I could get Geta, the problem with getting Geta is they probably have to like pack it and like what is happening?
Give me a
Poor Rainbow.
I know my process. Shut up. We're getting there.
No, if I could, there's like Mets. He's never had Mets, which are like the best sausage in the world, and they don't have them up here. They only have brats.
There's nothing wrong with brats though.
Brats are fine. Mets are better.
Or Mets better.
They just are.
I know Kentucky. That doesn't sound better, and it's only because it's Kentucky.
Well, they have Metwurst up here, but only at like the like German butcheries, and I tried finding just straight up Mets, and the only thing Mets are is sausage made from Metwurst, and it's great. But like, you know how bratwurst is just like the stuff.
Thank you, Jules.
Brat.
Sausage. Thank you for the sub. Thank you very much. Hope you are doing well. I'm making a stupid face.
No, Mets are just Metwurst. Like, you got bratwurst, you have Metwurst.
What is a Metwurst?
Metwurst is like bratwurst, but with different spices. And better.
Well, then why is it not more popular?
I don't know, because people are silly. I used to think Skyline and Gold Star were like nationwide restaurants.
Nope. They're cheap.
It's good. Right? It's been a while since I made 3 ways.
Okay, so let's see. We got Rainbow.
Yes, she looked very up. She made.
And then no, she's not there right now. But then she pops up and she's like I'm grumpy.
She's Oscar the
I'm Rainbow the Grouch.
Oh no.
I'm gonna go watch TV.
No. That's kind of cute.
I've been summoned.
No, she's adorable.
Where's my DoorDash? I ordered IHOP like 20 minutes ago.
That is actually pretty adorable. I like that.
I'm not no tip for you.
No, she's just a girl. She's a girl. That's so adorable. I love it.
It's adorable. She's sad and depressed and lives in a trash can.
She's happy. She can be happy in there. She might have a whole complex inside that trash can. She's so mad.
She's very happy.
Yes. Somebody threw away some Geta, and she's super excited.
Is she happy? Is she happy now?
She got some piccolo.
No, she got piccolo because somebody threw away a used expired container.
A piccolo, and she's very excited about it.
Mets, Brats, or those baseball teams. Actually, go Brats!
Yes.
They're my favorite team. Because it's big up Rainbow. She's in a trash can.
She's adorable. That's pretty cute. I like that. Don't want you go away. Not want you back. I like those hooves.
The only thing that would be better is if I could make the lid go up and down, but this one doesn't do the lid.
I could fix that. Just like I did that door, which was a big pain in the butt.
She has to order Denny's if she wants it to somehow get to Equestria. If there's any type of place in Equestria that Denny's makes sense.
Somehow a Denny's ended up there.
I haven't been to a Denny's in... I can't actually remember.
That's because...
Thank you, Soul Kitty, for the gift subs. Thank you very much. Congrats to Destroyer, Blur to Blah. Blur to Blah? Is Blur to Blah here? Are you being sneaky? Zigzag, Grambo, and Warhorse. Congrats. Thank you, guys.
The only time we go out to, like, what's that place? Crystal place? What's that?
Crystal Cafe.
Crystal Cafe, yeah.
There's plenty of small little mom and pop places around that do breakfast stuff. Yeah. Crystal Cafe is good, though. Hello, I expect.
Waffle House.
Oh my god, that's a lot of dancing kitties. But thank you very much, Soul Kitty.
I want to figure out where the closest Waffle House is, and then we're going to go there.
You're going to be disappointed.
No, we're going to go.
We have a pancake house.
It's not the same.
It's actually just about, like, it's actually, I think, 2 exits north.
Does it have an old jukebox that still takes coins and the smell of smoke and just misery?
No, misery?
Yeah.
No, that's a state.
Is it open at 3 a.m. even during a thunderstorm, which has wiped out power in the city?
Nope.
And they're cooking pancakes with a big lighter.
No, the pancake house actually north here is actually really good breakfast food. It's just usually very busy. Okay, I think so. Superface. We're done with Superface. We got Rainbow in a trash can. If I had to think of what's missing here, Rarity's head still feels kind of dark. Like, Pinky looks good. I like Pinky. I like this side of things is good. This side, not so much. I'm thinking I might need more light from above, and getting an eye light actually like up and running might also be good. This eye light exists, and it's actually popping at. It's actually at Rainbow more than anybody. Let's just up that a little bit and see what that looks like.
All right, it's not too far. The closest one is in Kansas City. If we start...
Kansas City is a 6-hour drive!
Yes, but it's for Waffle House.
Like, there's a...
Do it.
I don't want to open it because it'll show my address, but no, there's literally a pancake house that's just north of us here that has some actually really good stuff. It's right off of... one of the I think it's like 1 or 2 exits north of us. It's very good food.
Well, but Waffle House isn't about good food. It's about misery. It's about
misery.
It's about
wait, no. You said it's about misery.
It is, but it's misery that's indoors. That's,
indoor misery.
No,
okay.
Indoors, like forever, like it goes
endures.
Like, endures.
Wait, indoors misery. I'm like, are you? What the fuck are you talking about?
No, you gotta go to a Waffle House to understand.
Endures misery.
Endures. You go into a Waffle House, and the first thing you see is like half the staff is in the back room, not behind the building, but just in the back room smoking, and the whole place just reeks of cigarette smoke. And you walk in, and the jukebox has been playing the same song for the last 5 hours, and everybody hates life. And there's one person who will lean from the counter, and your table's going to be right up against the thing. And they don't have like waitresses. The bar. You're essentially.
Wait, there's a bar?
Yes. There's no drinks at the bar. It's all food. But
so it's a diner.
It's a diner.
Then that's not a bar. It's a diner.
No, there's a bar in the diner.
But they don't serve booze.
No.
Then it's not a bar.
Look. They don't walk out to you. They just lean over the counter like, what you want?
That's a diner.
Yeah, it's a diner.
That is a diner. Why do you keep calling it a bar?
Because there's a bar in the diner.
No, the bar is
You
where you
sit
serve
at the
booze.
bar. No,
No, you sit.
it's still a bar. Like they don't call it. It's still
no,
a bar.
no, it's not a bar. It's a like a
If
counter.
it's just a counter,
There's a counter
with
then.
their seats at.
Yeah, that's a counter.
Yeah,
It's a diner.
yeah. It's the bar at the diner. If they gave you a drink, would it suddenly transform into a bar?
Yes.
No, it's still a bar either
Then
way.
I would probably be more inclined to drive 6 hours to have a pancake.
Well, the whole thing is, it's just populated by truckers, and they're like, everybody's upset to have to be there, but that's the only place they can afford at like 3 a.m. to eat at. So it's fine. It's good. It's good food.
Yeah, a counter. I agree with Grizz guy. Yeah, that's what he's even said. It's like it's a counter. Sit at a stool at the dining counter. Yes, you don't sit in a dining bar. If it's a dining bar, if I better be able to order a whiskey.
So like, it suddenly transform its entire existence if somebody hands you a Bloody Mary.
Yes. Well, I don't want a Bloody Mary though.
No, but I mean, yeah, nah.
I mean, I'm not going to complain
That's a
about
bar.
it either.
Yeah, it's still a bar. Just because they don't like give you booze, that has nothing to do with it. If it's just a counter that is on the other side of where the people are working and making the food and stuff, and then they turn around, they just sit your food down. That's still a bar.
No, it's not. If I go to a bar, if I told you, Michael, we're going to go to the bar. We're going to go to a bar.
Yeah.
What would you assume?
Well, okay, yes, I would assume there'd be drinks.
Yes.
But every time I walked in, say, a Waffle House, and they'd be like, you want a table? You want to sit at the bar? They were talking about the bar. There was no booze at that bar. There was food. But it was still the bar. I don't know. I think we should just have this discussion throughout the end of time.
I don't. No, we don't need to because you're just wrong. I think I'm okay with this. Putting that light up there, on top of Rainbow and Rarity here, getting that extra light coming from the top helped immensely. So without it, it looked like this.
Yeah.
And that's where they were too dark.
Thank
from the
you,
top.
Jinxie Cakes.
This definitely helped a lot. If it's a restaurant with both regular seating and bar seating, that's called the bar.
Yes.
It can be called the bar, but it's not a bar.
Well, the building isn't a bar. It's a restaurant.
But you said it's a bar.
Yeah, it's a
You go sit at the
inside
bar.
the restaurant.
Yeah, no.
Waffle bar. Yes.
See, no, that sounds like a cool place. Actually, that was we went there when we were in California. There was Hashes and Brews, I think it was called. It was a bar that specialized in breakfast food. Apparently, or something like that. So it was kind of neat. It was good food though. So what I'm hearing is that Argo wouldn't call it a salad bar; it's a salad counter.
Oh, he got you there.
All right, ban Jinxie Cake.
No, he's my new best friend.
Okay, but I don't. Where's the breakfast? Yeah, I got him. But where's the breakfast bar?
What are you talking about? Breakfast bars are all over the place.
Where?
You've never been to like a Big Boy. They always have
There is no-
breakfast boy. Like a breakfast bar. You go there for the breakfast bar.
Hold on.
It's not my fault you've never experienced the culture that is Big Boy. Like, you can't even type. It's because of your lack of Big Boy.
Where the hell is the nearest Big Boy?
You gotta have zoom out.
No, this Big Guy's barbecue.
No, you gotta-
is that it?
That is not it. Go back.
Is this it?
I saw the link for Big Boy.
I don't know. This looks pretty nice.
is not
Look
Big
at this. They
Boy.
got bands there.
That is definitely not Big Boy. None
But
of
it's
those
Big
are-
Guy. He grew up.
That place isn't classy enough to be Big Boy. Big Boy restaurant. There
Big
you go.
Boy restaurant.
See right there.
Is that Nebraska? No, it's North Dakota.
Here you go. Is that a proper Big Boys? Because I don't see the Big Boy mascot outside. Oh yeah, that's a Big Boy. There he is. there he is. Oh, yeah, they got the statue. That's a proper big boy. You have to have the statue to have to be a proper big boy.
Literally, the closest one is halfway across North Dakota.
Yeah, well, if you
Minnesota said, keep it away from us, and please, as far as possible.
like, there are a ton in Kentucky.
Well, there's a big guy. There's a buddy boy.
That's not a big boy.
It's a buddy boy.
They got one over
Wisconsin big boy.
there. Yeah, that's a big boy. Like, zoom in on Kentucky.
No, wait. Hold on.
It's a big boy.
Oh, I was like, dude, we could probably. No, wait. Destination for beer in German Eats?
What? Since when?
Hold on. It says big boy.
No, it's definitely a big boy. And
It's a big boy. But they have mac and cheese?
Yeah.
They got. He's dressed in a Packer uniform. It's
No, that's a big boy. It's weird.
Okay.
It's kind of got a. No, that's the big boy burger.
okay. It's a big. That is a Big Mac.
No, they got tartar sauce on it. All big boys have tartar sauce.
No, it looks like poop.
Yeah, that's weird. What is with that? It should have tartar sauce on it. They're doing weird stuff with that big boy. They're really owning it up, though.
Okay, this right here just tells me something.
Cold.
It looks like half of them are retired. Is this a big boy?
That looks like a German restaurant.
No, this is the big boy.
Why is that big boy a German restaurant?
This is big boy.
That ain't right.
No, look at this.
This feels like a place a German restaurant that somehow wants to be a big boy.
No, there's copyright. This is big boy.
They've never served alcohol at any of the big boys I've been to.
Well, this is a bet. Look at this big boy.
It's a bar to big boys.
This is the biggest boy.
This
Look at
big
him.
boy scares me.
This is nope. This is called evolution.
Not a big boy.
He has digivolved into his ultimate form. He's got ribs.
Sure, I guess, but
You got a big boy burger and ribs.
I feel like this big boy is operating outside the corporate model.
I'm thinking they need a bigger bun for that one, but outside, that looks pretty good.
I mean, they're definitely got the mascot all over the place, but it doesn't.
It's not that far out of Milwaukee. That's somewhere at Cider Fest. We can head over to the big boy.
That one scares me a little bit, though. Yeah, it looks like more like the Hopford House than a big.
It looks like a little bit like German food. German food is great, though.
Yeah, but that's not what a big boy is.
The big boys look like they're about to murder you. Yeah, probably, because I bet you that's part of their model. Where do you think they get the meat?
I don't think that's a proper big boy. It looks good. Don't get me wrong.
Buffet is technically a bar.
Yeah,
I feel like that is a three-letter word that is overused very heavily. To me, bar means alcohol.
To me, it means any countertop which there is food. Or any kind of
so
thing
if you
being served.
No,
have a bar over there.
Yeah, well, no, you
bar
said
in the
when which
kitchen.
food is served, then you stopped.
Well, it's anything that food it's generally placed on for eating, yeah.
So is a dining room table?
No,
Why not?
because it's not part of the building.
Because it's not part of the building.
I mean, generally it's part of it's a long... Look, is that not a bar in your kitchen?
No, that's a counter.
No, the counter is the part...
So you're saying that the bar is the overhanging part which you can sit at.
You have the one place that you have the stools at is definitely a bar.
So if you didn't have that, but it was served there, would it still count? If you would go up, so when you go to a bar, if you went to a bar and there was no seats at the bar, but you went there to get a drink.
If they were sitting things down on the bar, food and stuff, and then you came to pick it up,
But
it'd
nowhere to
still be
sit.
a bar.
Okay, so if I had a counter, and in my house that had no seating,
That's still a bar.
that would be a bar, even without seating.
Yeah.
So if I have any table that is attached to the ground of which food can be placed on,
As long as there's space between the food, the area in which food is made and the area which food can be served.
I feel like this is a sandwich discussion.
It's really not, though.
No, I feel like a sandwich discussion of define a sandwich.
I'm sure
because
there is a definition for bar. Like, as far as, like... Okay.
Oh my god.
A counter
A
across...
long rod or rigid piece of wood, metal, or similar material typically used as obstruction, fastening, or weapon. A counter across which alcoholic drinks or refreshments. Refreshments.
Yes, that can be anything. That can
Food is a refreshment?
Yeah, or any kind of drink. If you have Coca-Cola, it's still a bar. If you have food on it, a breakfast bar, a salad bar, those are refreshments. A salad.
Wait, a salad. Okay, what if it's beef?
It's refreshing. Refreshing beef.
Oh, that good refreshing beef. Sometimes it's just how to just wake me up in the morning. Give me some good refreshing beef.
Hello, Blood-Ridden Sky.
Yes. Hello, Blood-Ridden. Thank you for the raid.
We're having important discussion.
We're having a very important discussion of what is a bar. What is a bar compared to a countertop? What's it say for the definition of counter? That one's
gonna be broad.
Counter and bar are very broad words because, like, you have the bar exam and you have a iron bar, and like there are words with huge breadth in terms of their definition. Okay, I don't think this one I have done any cleanup actions to. I'll fight on this hill with you. Thank you. What?
A Zinxie cake.
I thought you said there's a turkey.
That is a turkey. Can we eat it?
No, I have turkeys every now and then. One just walked by. Actually, the other day I was just sitting here and like all I could hear outside was. It was, oh my god.
That turkey's gonna come back and he's gonna be like, oh my.
This is how I do it. You distract him with turkeys.
Yes. And turkeys are pretty great.
Especially when the neighbor's cat is an outdoor cat, and when she lets him out, the cat just scares the turkeys away. Aww. And it's yeah, but it's hilarious when the little cat's like does a little butt wiggle and then he like pounces at the turkeys, but then he realizes when he's like 4 feet from home that it's very scary, and so he turns around and comes back.
That bird is big.
Yeah. All right, so I think I might start keyframing this shot, but I've also been drinking, so I don't know if I want to get. We'll see how this goes. My goal is to finish this video. To make it mostly renderable by the end of like middle of next week or so. So we're on track to do that. The actual release of the video is going to take a little bit because I got to render it, verify certain things, correct any errors, fix some other stuff. Lighting might be off in certain shots, re-render shots, that kind of stuff. That's going to take a little while. But we can at least start keyframing this. So what do we got for audio for this?
Okay. Yeah, turkeys can be mean. I'm sure if you mess with them, they can be anger birds.
Turkeys can potentially be aggressive, but the ones around here, like the cat pounces off and they just run away and they go.
I feel like if they had a bunch of chicks with them and the chicks couldn't get away very quickly, they would get very defensive.
Maybe these ones. Maybe in the spring here, I have seen baby turkeys.
Yeah,
running around, and those weren't plump turkeys in any way. They're pretty scrawny.
They're wild.
Yeah, they're just wild turkeys. So they're just wandering around. But no, I've seen baby turkeys before, but we don't have any yet. It could be. I've seen a lot of baby geese and baby ducks around here. We have some little. I wouldn't really call it large bodies of water, but there's very tiny, small bodies of water around here that we get frogs on and stuff. But some of the ducks, I think, might see it as good for young raisin.
So they're grapes. The ducks are grapes. Because you said they were raisin.
Turkeys and aggressive. I'm aggressive when you wake me up in the morning. I could be. If it depends on the situation.
If I woke you up, you wouldn't probably murder me as soon as you were fully awake.
Well, no, if you woke me up because my alarm didn't go off and I needed to get up, I would not be angry because that was my fault. I fucked up.
But say, like, you wanted to sleep in at this morning, and I was like, hey, are you awake? Do you have to go to work? And I'm just pounding on your door. When I
would be angry because I'd be like, well, for one, like I hear when you go to because I have a room to that bathroom. I can hear when you go in there. So, like, I woke up anyway. But my alarm was also set up about the time that you go in, which is funny because normally, like, during the week, I have everything set up to, like, I try to shower before you need to go in. And then even on the day where I don't need to get up, you still just last minute shower.
Yeah. But because
Did you just sit and, like, eat breakfast for, like, 20 minutes?
Well,
and then...
I haven't eaten breakfast in, like, a month. But, I just watch YouTube videos.
So even then, you kind of last minute it because you still left at late.
Like a little bit. I got to work early. I always get to work early.
Oh,
like I get to work before anybody else. I've opened up every morning for the last 2 years.
how long does it take you to get? Like 25 minutes, you said?
Like 20. So if I leave here,
that's
like,
really good time for the distance.
It is. It's like a straight shot, and traffic's always pretty light.
Well, what was the time before COVID?
Longer.
Like a good bit longer, or
I would say traffic would back me up, and it would probably be about 30 minutes. As opposed
still
to 20.
not that bad. I think that's not bad for the distance.
No.
Some of the places I was looking at for going to are like north of the 494 loop, and that would have added probably 20 minutes. And that's why I'm like, But prices up there are so much nicer than down here.
Yeah. I mean, I won't complain.
I know you say that.
I'll just adjust.
No, but if you had a 1 hour drive to work,
I don't think it'd be that bad.
that's why I'm looking west. But west is actually kind of, it's not really much cheaper.
I mean,
there's like lakes and stuff out there, so.
I think the fact that I do live here is the only reason a certain somebody's considering this place, because it's like, commute's not that bad. I know.
Oh no.
No, my commute from here right now to work is not too bad.
Mine's not bad either.
Yours is amazing. You could bike to work if you wanted.
I could, but with how the work schedule is right now.
Yeah.
Because we're thinking about moving. There was one place I was looking at that was it. So my work has a road right outside of it, and then there was a house that was 3 houses in from that road. It was literally like I could walk to work every day.
Yeah.
And that is kind of tempting. If you think about money saved, it wasn't checking the boxes I wanted, but that would be super nice. Because my work has a thing that if you bike into work every day, they will actually pay you to not take up a parking spot. So that's kind of nice.
Mm-hmm.
It's like in the winter though. Chicken is very charismatic. Don't let him recruit the turkeys. What'd you do to him?
I do nothing. He always looks like that because he's always like screaming on the inside.
Yeah, I am too.
Yeah.
Aren't we all?
A little bit. Except on the weekends when you don't have to get to do anything in the morning. Then that's nice. Less screaming. Oh no. Twilight, are you screaming on the inside? Twilight. Look at me. Like, I'm going to eat your soul. She finally snapped. She found out Twilight doesn't really like apples.
Do you like apples? I like apples.
You think that's like a deal breaker for Applejack if she finds out somebody likes other things more than apples? She's just like, what do you mean you're like peaches? Peaches rot your soul. Don't you know? Twilight, you keep avoiding me. I'll consume your soul and let it suffer for 2 centuries. That's pretty rough. Pretty rough, Alex.
No, hey, you're Fluttershy now.
Yes.
Hey, Twilight.
Every pony I hate is called Fluttershy.
I shall consume your eye.
Delicious. Like an apple. The apple of your eye.
Yeah, she's She's like,
Oh, jeez. Pony's eyes are pretty tough. That's
tails are delicious.
See, this is how you avoid like the not made for kids.
No, there's nothing. Apparently, as far as I can tell, there's nothing you can do to prevent the made for kids thing. It's like, well, just make like a bunch of people like having a big old orgy, and it's like, nope, for kids.
We saw a cartoon character in there. That's for kids now.
Did you see that tweet I retweeted from like a Sonic account? It was what's his face retweeted it. Tridashy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, YouTube announces that blood, gore, violence, vulgar language, drug use, and sexual content is safe for kids as long as it features the Sonic Hedgehog characters.
So the Sonic community's having the same issue.
Yeah, they are. It's just been within the last month that everybody within anything that is considered cartoonish has had a huge issue, and but this tweet has exploded because this is basically an onion.
Yeah, kind of.
Headline.
But it's true because I don't know. YouTube's on a rampage.
YouTube's on a rampage. So if for anybody that hasn't seen this, the Tridashy one is the biggest one.
Who was it? Argyle, right? He had a big issue. He threw a fit.
Argyle?
He goes under two names. One's just...
Oh, yeah, here it is. And it's Little Shy.
Okay.
So it was... You've heard... he was talking about this tweet, and this was a video that was about... an appeal rejected regarding like blood, broken leg, and an open wound and a corpse, and YouTube rejected outright rejected their request for an appeal as made for kids, stating, since we've already reviewed the video and confirmed it's made for kids, further appeals will no longer be considered. So
it's bots looking at this stuff.
Yeah, and it says, after careful review, we've confirmed that the vid was correctly marked for kids. This picture alone shows a horse bleeding,
with a broken
which,
leg.
As far as I can tell, anything 13 and under, blood is not even allowed. And the fact that you use careful review means that they have now implied themselves for a personal review, and somebody has decided that that is okay. They had a different screenshot. I think it was within the same thread. Maybe not, about a video that was both marked as mature, 18 plus only, and made for kids.
I actually threw a bit of a fit in that thread regarding one of your videos, because I'm like, some of the content in it shouldn't be made for kids, but YouTube thinks it is. So
this YouTube replies the word equivalent of 2 middle fingers in a row. They're putting it because, did they do careful review? No. They're just trying to make you shut up.
Yeah.
So
what happened is a bot, probably stuff on My Little Pony tag, said My Little Pony stuff is for kids, and then they made an appeal. Somebody looked at it, the picture of the, I don't know, that it had Pony in it, and be like, yep, that's Pony. Nope, that's our careful review. Sorry, we're not going to look at this again. And that's the end. That's it. That's it. Early
on, I used to, if I put an appeal in, it was I had one response that was within 5 minutes. The amount of time for my message to be received by somebody, be read, then watched to confirm that the information that I presented to them was relevant to the video, and then send the response, was not a long enough time for how fast. It was literally 5 minutes, which meant that early on the process was, if you sent an appeal, they would just auto accept the appeal. So that already showed that they were not physically reviewing. Do you think they're doing it now then? They suddenly switched over? They decided to spend more money? No.
No. If anything, it seems like they're just streamlining the whole process right now and barely paying attention.
It's probably that they don't have enough people to support that department. But no, even that, if they don't have enough people, why is it suddenly changing to where everybody across the board?
I mean, if they didn't have enough people, then I don't understand why they feel like the need to hasten it, because I think the whole thing is they just have to make it appear that they're trying their best,
but they're not. So all you have to do is take a group of videos that are very obviously not made for kids, but now marked for kids, and whoever the lead congressman is that made COPA, just send him a list of all those videos and say, made for kids.
Well, the guy who was the head of COPA when they cracked down on YouTube in 2019, he isn't even there anymore.
Great.
So, like, why all of a sudden are they being so gung-ho about it when I doubt the Federal Trade Commission, that the whole issue is even on their radar anymore? Because the guy who made a big deal out of it, he's gone. So, I don't know. YouTube's just...
They have to have a reason to. Maybe they did get in on them about it and say, hey, you have to be better about this.
Oh, they sued the heck out of them. They lost a ton of money.
No, I mean, the government might have got on them on it.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm talking about. The Federal Trade Commission sued them. Like in 2019. And told them they weren't doing enough to protect children's data rights.
But was there any laws previously that was...
Yes, the law was initially passed in 2008, 2009. But then it was kind of ignored.
But if their current rules are about forcing kids, not forcing kids, but advertising to kids content that is not made for kids, isn't that the actual complete opposite in the purpose of the law?
Well, the law is that if a kid is under the age of 13, you're not allowed to collect data on them. And they didn't feel like YouTube was doing enough to not collect data on children under 13.
Oh, so they don't care about what's shown to kids.
Yeah,
as long as we're not collecting data.
Yeah.
So, okay, so now I just need to do like Rocky and Bullwinkle, like literally shooting up an entire town. and then I'm gonna market for kids.
Yeah. Well, so from everything I've garnered from it, they've decided the best way to go about showing that they're trying to not collect data on children is to mark anything children might watch, even if it's mixed content.
That's what I don't like. As for kids, and then not collect data on that video, which means they don't make as much money off of it. I don't like the idea that it's about it's not about what is made for kids. It's about what is capable. What can kids watch it?
Yeah.
Which is not the same, because then why is it Markiplier?
Yeah, or why isn't even like
PewDiePie
or even Stephen Colbert, like his YouTube channel? Kids could watch that. They're not. Yeah,
they could watch it. Are they attracted to watch it though?
Yeah, probably.
Which is, I think, the main thing. Stephen Colbert is a nice-looking man.
Yes,
but as long as kids aren't attracted to watching him.
What I don't understand is the way they've gone about it, because in my head, the easier thing to do would just to be require anyone who's logging on to YouTube and just straight up ask before you can use YouTube, account or no account, are you 13 years or older?
It doesn't matter.
But they'll lie, sure. But at the same time, if those kids go on and watch PewDiePie, like you were mentioning, then they're still collecting data on those videos and they're still collecting data on those kids.
But they're not collecting data on specifically knowing of such.
Are adults watching PewDiePie? I know I'm not.
I checked my metrics. I have so everything works on a bell curve. I don't have viewership that like spikes in different areas. It's a bell curve. I have a certain age group and then it kind of dribbles down from there. And my main age group is 30. And I checked, I had one video that was said marked for kids, and the marked for kids means 13 and under. And I had a video that the 13 to 17 range was literally 0%.
Yeah.
So I literally didn't even have 0.1% of people in that age range watching, but YouTube determined that the majority of people that is advertised for is even below that number.
Yeah.
And
yeah, so to try to prove that they're trying to be COPA compliant, this is the way they've gone about it, and it's just a mess.
Don't collect data on users. Yeah, but then every social networking platform like Facebook makes no money on basically anything. The only thing they really can survive on and strive on is the selling of user data. So if you say don't collect user data, great. But then most of these platforms that you take advantage of and have for free, like Twitter and Facebook,
And
they're going to start charging you because they need to make their money somehow. And the only way they can provide a platform with as much robustness and that is publicly traded, making profits, is if they're making money.
Yeah.
And that is selling your data.
Like, can you imagine YouTube if you had to pay even like 20 cents to watch every video you want to watch? You probably wouldn't even use it. Like, it just wouldn't be like if you
Well, no, you wouldn't be 20. Like, the amount of money that an ad makes is basically nothing. It's per ad. The idea is when you start doing billions of ads.
Well, if you had to pay for YouTube, how many people would actually use it? I mean, if it was a streaming service like Netflix, essentially is what it would have to become. Like, Netflix works on a model where people pay for it to use it. Like, YouTube could, but then, like, it wouldn't
No, I
be as
do.
accessible.
I pay for YouTube.
Oh, you do?
Yeah, I pay for YouTube Premium because I don't want ads, but I also feel like using ad blocker, it kind of gyps other creators off. Being that I'm somebody that could make ad revenue off YouTube, it feels like I am stealing revenue from others of doing so. But now my YouTube revenue is so low that paying for YouTube almost offsets it completely because of how much the Made for Kids thing is taken from things. It is... YouTube has become negligible in terms of revenue. It, like, literally, I make basically nothing off YouTube now. So, viewership is still up, mainly because for some reason the shorts are super popular. Well, thank you, Buspone. That's a lot of derps.
It's a lot of derp.
Thank you very much for the 400 derps. Very much appreciate it. Which video was it? I've had...
Multiple.
I think 6 or 7 videos that have been marked for kids, but I only have because most of the content that I've done has copyrighted audio. Most of my stuff isn't monetized, so I have very few videos that actually make anything. And the Made for Kids thing has, I think, taken away half of them, and the top 2 have been included with that. So YouTube revenue dropped basically to nothing. Like normal costs that are involved per month don't even it doesn't even cover like a sixth of that. So it's basically nothing. YouTube has become non-financially beneficial for what I have out there currently. Yeah. So certain videos get more popular, but like the shorts are really popular. I have one short that this guy's like 700,000 views, but his shorts are short. The ad revenue on there was so low, it made $1 on 700,000 views. $1. And it's not made for kids. It's just because things that are that short don't make anything. So that's where Patreon and Twitch help out, because right now YouTube is such bad. It's very bad. Is Remembrance and Rocket Surgery okay? Remembrance doesn't make revenue because I don't own the song. So that's never been such. It was marked for kids once, but it was back when appeals were easy. And I appealed, I won. And apparently whatever is determined on an appeal is final decision, according to them. And I won the appeal. So apparently that's final decision now. If they ever try to do it again, I have their wording. Rocket Surgery is okay, though I did change the tags on it. But Rocket Surgery right now isn't a popular video. It can change, and maybe it can get more popular again. Rocket Surgery was very good for revenue-wise early on, but not right now. It's just not popular right now. If it suddenly spikes up again, sure, but...
Which could happen.
The popular ones were like Wonderbolt's Initiation, the Rainbow Dash on the Chair.
Very cute.
There was one other one I can't think of. Those were actually some of my highest profiting ones. And those
got marked for kids.
And those ones got marked for kids. So that's why my revenue just went... So, yeah. It's if you want to try to make a life on YouTube right now, you better be making some adult content, is what it comes down to.
I think it's just part of it might just be some well-placed tags. Because bots are the only thing looking at them half the time.
Yeah, but I don't like the idea that I have to do workarounds for the system.
I don't like it either, but you're fighting against.
But then you're not solving the problem. You're leaving the problem. And if the problem's getting worse, all it's going to do is continue getting worse.
Oh yeah, until it hits a breaking point. But there's nothing we can do.
But
about it.
who's going to do the breaking point?
No,
YouTube's not going to hit a breaking point.
No.
It's people have to force it on them.
Yeah.
No, I don't like the idea of working around it, because all it means is I don't like what YouTube's doing, but I'm not going to do anything about that. I'm going to adjust what I do. I shouldn't have to adjust what I do. Being that I'm adjusting what I do means that I am forgoing my own morals and obligations because YouTube is doing something wrong.
Yeah, YouTube's being shitty.
Yeah, and that I don't like that idea.
I just worry that the only content creators who have any real sway over YouTube are like the ones who do Let's Plays, and they're not going to be affected by this.
There's a lot of people out there, but YouTube's focus on content is not animation.
No.
Animation is a very difficult medium to get working on YouTube, because it's just YouTube wants watch time, and animation is not something you can do.
Well, like the bigger animation channels, they're not going to be touched by this, because if they all of a sudden they try to mark say Hell of a Boss for kids, and Hell of a Boss doesn't appeal, it'll get oh, that's Hell of a Boss, they make us money.
No, but the big ones, it's not about making money, it's visibility. So like you can say that a channel that has I think I have like 250,000 subs on YouTube, that's not big enough on YouTube for them to care. They're not there's not a high enough visibility. A channel with like 5 million subs or 10 million subs, then yes. So they're going to probably physically review those, because the downfall from that is just too big. A smaller channel, they can get away with doing that millions of times because the people's voices aren't big enough.
Yep.
So you need the people that are big enough to speak up, but those people aren't having the problem.
They're not, and they never will. So how do you fix it? More alcohol, I think, is the answer. Yeah.
There's a little bit left.
You have to drink that. You were supposed to put
it's
it in.
It's just soda. I'm gonna drink soda. What about YouTube Kids and Coke? But yeah, a little bit. Hello, Kelchan. Kind of. It's right now. The YouTube Kids thing has. Every morning I wake up. I wake up early enough that my email hasn't refreshed, and literally hitting the refresh button has me I don't want to hit the button, because when I hit the button, they usually would send out a marked for kids warning overnight. And being that one morning that I woke up and I got 3 of them and it literally killed everything on revenue, what's the next one that's going to do that? And so I am literally scared every morning waking up and hitting that button, because what's the next one that's going to kill something? And it's not fun right now with that. And you could say, well, change your medium, change something different. But then it's but why do I have to? Why somebody else is dictating what I need to make? I still want to make the things that I do. And there's been people on Twitter that are keep doing what you do, believe in whatever. And it's yeah, but if you, and I brought this up to somebody else, if you were told that your normal day job, that they were going to cut your pay by half or to a fourth or a fifth or a tenth of what you normally made, but you still had to keep going in and doing your job, would you stay there? No, you would probably leave or change the things you're doing or do something different. If you literally started making a fourth of the amount of money your job that you were making, why would you stay? But no, people are saying fight them and just to keep doing it. No, it just doesn't make any sense. So it comes down to how many of these do I have to go through before it's I have to start making tough decisions. So a fan asked a pro gamer for advice on starting a YouTube channel. The gamer responded, "It's hard to make money on YouTube now. You have to be either the best or the first or clearly adult content." Yeah, or you have to YouTube is now ultra specific 15-minute videos every week. Animators can't do that. That's why right now most of the stuff I kind of focus on is weekly content that we do in the Argo Zone. So thank you for anybody that's following that channel. We do all the compilations of this stuff, the funny stuff on this, and it's it's trying to make something that is weekly, that is about 6 or 7 minutes long a week, so that is supplements, and just to make something, because that's what YouTube is looking for nowadays. But also just focusing on Twitch, whether or not I make videos for YouTube, just because it's a better medium now for trying to make a living. Then you're not doing you. Yeah, kind of. Argo Zone is the best zone. It is a pretty cool zone. We actually have the next one that Knightley's working on, which he messaged me on, but I can't go and look at because it probably would give you guys the link, and we have to review it still. But the next one's gonna be really funny.
No, I really
actually no. So I can go here. So
it would be sad.
We had in supporters chat.
Derpy channel has some of those new derpies. Oh, you haven't looked at the Derpy channel in a while.
No, it's from here. Oh. I haven't looked at it since 3:20 yesterday.
All films, I just posted that one again.
Yeah, so
look at the derpy little cowboy hat. Look at that derpy. No,
okay. But no, we did. I posted this in the supporter chat earlier.
I got distracted.
And you know what? I don't even need to watch that because I have the download of it. Well, that's you know what? I can just watch it from here. Because this isn't the link. So we're working on some copyright concerns with this one. But oh no, this is my export. Good.
It's so dumb.
It's so good. I love that one. Alaji coming. Oh, I can show you the picture I made from this one is really good. Yeah, this one.
No. That's horrifying.
It's so good. I went and remade that so I could get a good render of it. I spent a good hour getting a good render of it. Just this
is after all of your years and skill. It takes you an hour to make that.
I loved it. Well, no, because I had to read it. I have to go and I had to redo her export to be nice and clean. I had to redo her export because the original video has it pixelated. So to do that. Then I had to find some cartoon explosion in the background. I redo her coloring. That takes time. And the explosion was funny. I don't know. Who stole her lungs?
Yes. She sold them. She's
she needs money. She's very poor.
She is poor horse. I think one of my favorite pictures of art that I've ever seen was Trixie, and it just had Starlight up front. I kissed a homeless person once.
Yeah, I saw that one.
Trixie in the background. I'm not homeless.
She's got she's homeless.
She's homeless. She's a bum. It's essentially the equivalent of living out of your car. I love Trixie as a character, though. She's the show's actual little shit. The fandom's little shit has always been Lyra, but the show's is definitely Trixie. I love it.
We're gonna lock the shoulders there for Applejack. I'm gonna bring her head down a little bit because I want to make her kind of like confused about apples.
I wanted to work on stuff tonight, but then I got all flickered.
I feel like I might have messed her mouth up here, but oh, did I put the oats? I did. Okay. I'm just going to decrease it all the way and just call it good. Yeah, it's fine. Okay, so it's right here. I'm going to mark this because I need to make sure these are different. Another stupid face. Oh, no. Let's see here. Because it reminds me right now too. Normally we do Jackbox tomorrow. We're not actually going to do it this weekend. I have some other stuff that came up, so we're going to do next weekend. So that'll be the third Saturday instead of the second Saturday. So just a heads up on that. I apparently have a sub now. Was it? Were you included with the gift sub that Kitty did earlier? You were. Soul Kitty did a bunch of gift subs earlier, and so you have a gift sub now. So congratulations!
Congratulations.
When we do Jackbox next week, you actually get first dibs to play if you want. So just a heads up. Starlight. We haven't. I don't know if I've done anything with Starlight in a long while. Usually it's like all like this, either Rainbow or Derpy. We're gonna jump to the shot because it's easier working. Do we have the fancy Starlights? I'll skip that one. Oh wait, no, is this is a revamped, but it's the old one. Or is this the current one? I don't know. Is this the new? Is this the current Starlight? Yeah, this is. No, that's the old one.
That's equal Starlight.
Okay, that's good enough. We'll just keep her. All right, Michael, what you doing?
She could be like setting Twilight's tail on fire.
What is it?
Or
wait, hello? So you didn't just say setting a pony because you know what I would choose.
Well, she's evil. Well, she's upset at Twilight.
That seems like an actual evil thing to do. What is something that would be like kind of evil but not really evil?
Not evil. She.
Or like an annoyance.
She could not put her cart back.
How do I show that?
I don't know. But that's pretty evil.
Okay, we're gonna beat Twilight with a cart. No, I already got it picked.
It seems strange.
Well, that's okay because you picked it.
Mildly, yeah. I want Starlight to calls her like mild inconveniences.
Inconveniences that involves multiple. We're just gonna beat her with a cart. That is a mild inconvenience.
And it's just assault. It's not even clever. I have the best idea.
The shopping cart is so good it's not even like see-through.
I have an idea where, like, there's one head of cabbage left, and Starlight takes it, and then that's Twilight's reason for it. And then...
That's a lot of work. I'm just gonna beat her with a cart. That's way easier.
It does sound easier immediately.
Okay, so we got a shopping cart here, and Starlight needs to be like. This is not evil. I mean, evil people definitely have
poke her in
carts
the
in
face
eyes.
with a stick.
We're gonna move that a little bit. Okay. So she's gonna be like angry and there. That's pretty angry. Is that good angry?
It's fairly angry, yeah.
Is that angry enough?
Pretty angry. Oh, that's out for blood.
Okay, good. Okay, good. We'll go with that. So
make sure she grabs the cart with her mouth.
Okay, and then we're gonna take Twilight. She's just gonna be.
Yes.
She's just gonna be like down here. Mm-hmm. Okay, and I'll put it down there. Where's your head? There's your head. Okay, so we're gonna do like
it's not
open,
dead. Head.
And we're gonna do like oh, I actually redid all of my bone. I redid all of my scripts, so now I don't have any unknown bones. I did that over the last day too.
Break her jaw. That's sad.
Well, there's a reason.
You're killing Twilight.
I'm not killing Twilight.
Legit beating a dead horse.
I'm not killing Twilight. She's just
already dead.
She really likes the ground.
No.
You chose this, so
I don't think I did, though.
yeah, you did.
I want to try Starlight not to put her cart back. And you were like, I'm going to beat Twilight the death of the cart.
Yeah, you gave this idea. Okay. She's okay. She may not look it, but she's okay.
She doesn't definitely not look like she's okay.
She's okay. Because it's artist interpretation.
Which is meaningless.
How's that meaningless?
Like, everyone interprets the art their own way.
Yeah, I mean, this is the way I'm interpreting it. I'm gonna make this an NFT.
Good, it's already worthless.
Good. That's the way it was meant to be.
As far as YouTube's concerned, this would probably be for kids.
Probably. This is what it is. This is kid content right here.
It's all pony. That's all that matters. Hey, Kel-chan. My parking spot will... Even parking spot will, I sentence you to death by shopping cart. I tell you, shopping carts can be dangerous.
Yeah, they can.
I got a busted taillight to a freaking shopping cart one time. Derpies! Double
Michael,
derpies, thank
glad
you.
It's not derpy.
Thank you very much.
Be glad it's not derpy, Michael.
Wouldn't surprise me.
Nope. Probably would be too. Okay. So we got
Gotta grab it.
just gotta look down now.
I don't even want her to grab like the handle of the cart. She should just grab like a bar at the bottom. Just the side of the cart.
Okay, so then you gotta grab the cart.
Oh, what are you doing?
I'm grabbing the cart.
Not with the hoof.
What, with her magic?
With her mouth.
With her mouth?
Yes.
Why? She has a hoof.
She's a pony. That doesn't make any sense and you know it. She should be grabbing it with her hoof. Or not her mouth. Her mouth.
She has a horn.
No, it's better if she does it with the mouth. Yes, with the mouth. See, kids, put it in her mouth.
I think
It's
you'll
not
like.
harder.
Okay, you're gonna regret this.
That cart. Yeah, pony. Ponies use their mouth. Yes, I'm gonna logic it. Also, my mouth holding is adorable. Okay, cool. Twilight is dying.
Well, she hasn't died yet. Maybe.
No, she hold her mouth. It's easier.
Okay. Oh, hello, Sunny Zoomies.
Hello.
Hello. Happy Friday. Friday. Friday's a good day. Friday's the best day.
You know what's better than Friday?
Saturday?
No.
Actually, I like Fridays more than Saturdays.
Yeah.
Knowing that a weekend's coming up is something's better than the weekend.
I like Fridays when I can like finally just take a nap.
It's called
That's
sleeping.
Fridays,
Like,
yes.
it's just normal sleeping.
I came home yesterday and took a nap.
I usually do that during the day.
Yeah.
If
Naps are
there's
nice.
if there's definitely like stuff I need to think about in the evening, or I'm just unable to focus during the day, I'll just take a nap.
I just had food cooking downstairs, and I was just like, I'm gonna take a nap until that's done. Oh yes.
Shopping. Fuck you, Hy-Vee.
It's so good already. I'm already happy. If she was shaking it a little bit and food was flying out,
Oh, dude. Oh,
if
no.
it was Twilight's cart, and be like, her.
Oh, no, I think I have a good idea. I think I might be able to save some time on this. If this works, it'd be amazing.
Having so much fun figuring out things in Source Filmmaker. Whoa, good. That's
so much trouble figuring this out in SFM. Well, so you know, the main purpose I actually started streaming like years and years ago was to help people. It was to give people an opportunity to ask questions. So if you have a question, you're not interrupting. That is actually the main purpose. So if you are confused on something and you are able to turn it into a question, let me know and we can see what we can do.
I have a question.
You don't get to ask them because I know you're just asking bullshit.
No, this is a serious question.
Okay.
Okay. So why in your videos aren't the horses kissing more?
Yep, that's a bullshit question.
No, that was legit. It's very important.
Hello, Jubbly. I'm looking for a very specific animation I did, but I thought it was called something different.
What was it?
Can't say it because then that'd be spoiling. Oh, there it is. Oh, nope, that's a different one. No. I know I made a thing for it. What would I have called it? I can't search within that. Let me try this.
It's just an average scene at Walmart.
There we go. Ah, it was full body.
There it is.
There it is. Okay. Perfect. So what's the lowest point? It's right here.
Just have the cart like swivel.
No, it's fine. It's fine. I got it. I got it. Okay, so at the lowest point, it's here, but I think we can go lower than that. So we're going to go a little bit lower. We're going to go like here, and that's fine. So it's a little bit of clipping. That's fine. We got to definitely move her into some Twilight territory.
Yes.
Like in some here. So, okay. Okay. And, all right, now we got that. And now we're just going to take this animation and we're going to speed it up by, let's say, a lot.
Yes.
Well, thank you, Busbone, for the gift subs, and Chris, Gaming Gazamon and Guino. Thank you very much, Busbone. Appreciate it. Thank you very much. I did ask for a question. I want to make sure I didn't miss it. So, there's some good tutorials on YouTube. Yes, actually, if you can look up Jimmerlin's has some great tip of the day tutorials. They're kind of old, but so is SFM, so they're still relevant. Zachariah Scott and some of the original tutorials are always great if you just need general information, though the tip of the days are very specific and there's a lot of them, so I haven't even watched them all. They're all really good. Fridays are great because you can eat spicy food that night and fart all day Saturday without worry. Or, well, actually hang out with friends a lot Saturday, but that's fine because they're friends. If they don't enjoy your farts, then they're not friends.
They have to enjoy them.
Yeah, this is an average scene at Walmart. Thank you, Argo. I'm trying to figure out how to use the timeline interface with like making things move smoothly or just having the animation go in general. I'm practicing with the poster tutorial I've been watching and really giving me much understanding. Also binds. I need to know any binds that be helpful. Some of that might be just words that I'm having difficulty with there. So, what are you, I would say, what are you specifically trying to do? So in terms of, if you're animating, I would say definitely don't jump right to animating. Your issue should be keyframes. Because once you do keyframing, the animation should be pretty easy after that. If you're not keyframing, then you should be keyframing. Because if it's a very simple motion, maybe you can get away with not keyframing. Early on, I didn't do keyframing, and it made things rough. I would definitely recommend doing some keyframing. Okay, so I make it look easy with the green thingy. I understand we're talking about the green thingy. Not really. The graph editor is much better in some ways. I just have literally no experience with it, so I use the green thingies because it's what I know, not because it's better. Anyways, we gotta be. She's going. Oh, actually, no. We need to do.
Just gotta make 5 bounce.
That's what I was. Okay, you're on the same page with me.
Yes.
So we need to do some Twilight Time.
Twilight time. Just imagine the CMC just gathered around the scene, just bouncing. Twilight time. Twilight time.
We can do that.
That sounds like a lot of work.
No, wouldn't it be?
Just have jiggle bones. It works.
Okay, so now we got. Okay. And okay, then we got that and
Wait, you're actually loading in the CMC. This isn't silly. You're silly. School. That's it's Chipper Scoops. You don't like the new one models, I guess? I do kind of like the older models for the CMC.
no, there's not really any new like chunky ones.
Ah, yeah.
I don't think there's any new revamped
The
ones.
super. Is Sweetie Belle actually slightly smaller? Or they just stacked weird?
This is the ultimate CMC.
We have become one. The fusion dance and it went wrong. Those tiny horses. Being cute. I don't know what the new chat stuff is because chat is paused.
I gotta roll it down. Sorry. Yeah, that's what it was. Keyframing. I'm not sure how to use it. I'm struggling so badly trying to figure out what buttons do what and where things go. Okay, yeah. So then that issue isn't keyframing. It's just figuring out the software. A lot of that is time. There's not much that's going to be done with that other than just playing around with it. Like I don't think about what buttons I hit. Because that's why I can, like, streaming is kind of easy sometimes because I'm not thinking about what I'm doing. It's just doing. It's all muscle memory. But like here, I know that like I want to have them all bounce. Well, I don't have to animate them all bouncing individually. I can just do this where I can say, we're just gonna like do this. But then I'm going to keep going a little bit afterwards. Okay. And now I'm going to grab like Scootaloo and I'm going to shift her a little bit this way. The Sweetie Belle a little bit more that way. And then literally within a couple seconds, I'm able to make this where they're all just like super excited.
Yay!
So it's all just, I don't think about it. It's just, I just know that's an easy way to do it. So,
They're like, you can do it, Twilight. I believe in you. And she hasn't moved in like 5 minutes. Why is my favorite humor so dark?
When it comes to, I don't know what the interface does, I can't help you with that because that is just going to be time. Knowing when certain keyframes are going to be needed compared to others, that's going to be. I like this is what's going on.
I have a voice impression.
So, when it comes to keyframes, there's normally there's blocking and there's keyframes. Blocking is about literally you just keep subdividing everything until you get to a point of all the little divisions you are making are the animation. To a degree, I'm not clear on all the definitions, but keyframing is more about you find your key shots, the important things you want to make sure are visible, and you make a keyframe out of those. So in this case, like let's take Starlight doing her little like weird thing here. So I would say, where are my key things, the important things that I want to portray? Well, in this case, it would just be her furthest back point and then her furthest forward point. I would blend those. I might add a little like extra animation in the middle to like have the head lag behind and whatever. You know, there's always going to be that type of thing. But the important thing is the before and after. But then, if you want to do your headbang, this might take me a sec. Mm-hmm. You do your...
Well, I think the voice expression is tied to this animation.
Oh, well, here you go.
It's like, and today, in today's episode, when Walmart Karens attack, it's like, take that. Yeah, that was my shampoo. Arg. I demand satisfaction. It's like, yay, Twilight, we believe in you. She's defeated children. It's like, yay, she's not moving. We believe in you. You'll never look at my man like that again. Oh, there's...
I love this. Like, yay! Yay!
They believe she's about to make a comeback. It's like, this is a good stupid face. You did good.
Okay. Anyway, so like, if you're doing a wave, what I would primarily do for something like that, let me move all these to the stupid category.
Be back.
Is it would be very similar to the headbang, and so I would have the whole body a little bit to the left and a little bit to the right for the wave, but that doesn't really give you a thing. It's going to be a robotic arm going back and forth. So, how I normally do things is I want to find the actual bit for this. This is one of them. So this is a keyframing of an animation, and this is it was a much more complex motion that I needed to do much more than just like A to B in terms of animation. So when she was spinning around, ignore her eyes, she's kind of derp. The motion was, you have to think through the motion and say like, when they're moving, if they have a motion that dips into certain other locations and does like this fluid motion, every time they hit an extreme, so like say they're doing this like back and forth motion, whenever they hit the farthest end and they have to turn around, that is a keyframe. Any part of them that is doing that. And so in this case, that was what it was. So I knew that she was going to have to go dip down into the motion. And then she started swinging, which was, so she dips down, but then she starts going into the motion. So you're leaning down. That is technically the bottom part of a motion. And then I knew that her leg was going to be kicking out here. So I needed to have that, because if I didn't, her leg is back. It needed to have a position that was in the air. Then another... just kind of all leaning into this. It's really hard to explain like my thought process with this, because it's like I usually would do like the beginning and the ending, and then I would figure out what do I need in the middle. And so you're kind of doing blocking, the subdividing, but I'm not helping with some of this. This is actually probably not the best example. I'm looking for a very specific example, but I always lose it. Okay, so if that's helping, then that's fine. So if I were to do a wave animation, and I'll just even like load up, or it's probably gonna crash, but we'll see. Let's say I wanted to do rainbow, doing a wave animation. And this is gonna be a very like kind of cheap version of it. So the main thing is, I want to make sure that whatever I do with her, she has to have her full body move in some way. If all you do is for a wave, and I'm going to do like a very drastic wave, is like this, that's not good, because that leg is heavy, and so their front of their body is going to sway whenever they do a motion like that. So that's probably not what you're wanting to do. So in this case, I'm going to just keyframe. I'm going to move, let's say, I'm just going to pick a specific part right now. I'm just going to pick any area. It doesn't matter, because keyframes, the nice thing with keyframes is you can adjust them anywhere you want. It's literally a cutoff, so whatever. I'm just gonna throw together a really quick animation here. So I'm gonna say her right leg is the one that we're gonna have doing the thing. There we go. And I do not care about her wings or these, and I don't care about her face, just to get rid of the bones. Okay. So I'm just doing a really quick little rotation here. I want to keep her looking mostly forward, just a little twist, a little sideways. Doesn't have to be much, it's just something. If you have a rig, you're probably going to have a better time with this than I will. Okay, and we're going to say that she, at this point, lifted her leg up, though the legs don't really work very well like that. So let's do a little bit of that to turn her a little bit more that way. That's me. So I'm going to say that this is a bit of the left motion. And so I'm going to put her head into kind of a rotated space for this starting bit, because even if she's going to like weigh back and forth, she's going to like probably weigh herself to shift her weight in that direction. Actually, if I was doing this, I'd probably also move it a little bit more this way. Just to, again, show that I am prioritizing weight over that leg. So that arm is going to be up in that direction. Actually, I'm going to do the extreme. We're going to go a little bit on that way. And then I'm just going to set up another keyframe. I didn't choose all time because I wanted her back at her base position. And we're going to do the same thing, but we're going to now choose this way. We're going to go a little bit more. Try to keep the head in a similar position. Being it's right like that, we're going to put it like this. We're going to put that arm in there a little bit. Oop, that is not. Oh, that is enough. We're going to move it. Oh, that is also all the bones. We're going to move it up a little bit like this. But now she's going to have her arm like this way. So she's now waving. But now my arm is broken. Again, if you're using a rig, you don't have to worry about this part. But that's why keyframing is great, because if you mess up, you just fix it. You don't have to worry about it. Okay, I'm not moving her butt. Normally, I'd probably move it a little bit, but let's say that this is what she's doing. So that's just my keyframes. And so if she's going to wave, I'm just going to grab this part, and we're going to copy it here. And then we're going to grab this part, and we're going to copy it here. I'm going to shrink that down a little bit. Round it. This is probably a very slow wave. Yep, that is a very slow wave. Let's get this down to a half-second wave. There we go. So this would be a full wave back and forth every second. So there she's into that wave, and then she's going to do this wave. I only care really about 2 right now. Okay, so she's doing the wave, but there's going to be gravity. So like I can say like right now, she's going back and forth, she's waving. But I don't want to just have her going A to B, A to B. So when she's waving this way, I want to have her head and her neck lag behind a little bit. So we're going to just play around until it looks right. So there she's lagging, and there we're going to do another lag in the other direction.
See you, sunset.
All right, see you later, sunset. I hope you feel better. So she's doing a little wave back and forth with her head there, but now the main thing is the arm. So I only did the shoulder for a reason. I didn't want to worry about the rest of it, because now I can grab all of this parts, and at the very edge I can just pick some amount of time, and I'm just going to have all of her arm kind of... Oh no, that's not... I don't want shoulder, I want this part. Okay. I want it bending like this, and then when it hits the other extreme, I want it bending like this. And I'm choosing the extreme, like she's covering her nose because she smelled something really bad. So what I can do now is, with this timeline, I can remove forearm, the earliest one, because this is now the base for time. Well, actually, I can probably keep forearm in there for like 1 second. I'm just going to delay time. Remove forearm, delay like a frame or 2, and then remove hand, delay a frame or 2. That's going to end up leaving me with like this delayed swaying motion. So now you get something like this. And you got something that works. And now, so you can see, like, while I'm starting the animation, let's like blend this little bit at the beginning in from the T pose. She lifts her arm up. We're just gonna bend her arm a little so that she's not just like lifting it from nothing. And then she's doing a little wave. And the best thing too is we gotta have her you gotta have her eyes closed a little bit, because that makes it more realistic. We're gonna have her eyes closed a little bit.
Who's she winking?
Oh, that was definitely out in the middle. So we're gonna have her eyes closed a little bit as she's lifting. And then we're gonna have her head dip a little bit to get into the motion. And then we're gonna have her like mouth open a little bit because she's like super excited.
Yay!
And then she's like, oh hi!
Yay! You could make it that pointy cute.
And then we're just gonna blend this out, and then she'll go back to normal. So there we go. We got a little wave. Well, she's got a little bow.
Now you too can animate Avatar. They're blue aliens. That's a blue alien.
So there we go. Like that, I can make a really simple like wave animation. So it's really about, you just figure out your extremes and anything interacting with the ground, because anything or the ground or any other object, but most of the time it's going to be with the ground. Anything interact with the ground, you're going to really have to be careful on the keyframes. But anything else, like I knew that the arm, I didn't need to worry about keyframing because I could just add that in post, or not post, but like kind of that secondary bit. I do copy keyframes. So, okay, if you're working within the green zone, by green zone I mean like this mode at all, you can just literally like either right click and copy sample or control C. I usually just use control C because that's my hobby, but you can just control C and then you can just paste it over here, and then voila, you get it again. If and this is a very useful thing, if you have a keyframe that you want to only copy a part of, you can do that using the paste function right here in the slider. So let's say that I didn't know why that opened up. So let's say that you had, let's go to my keyframes from, that is a butt, thank you, to here.
Made me look. There's a butt.
So for Applejack here, she has a couple of keyframes. So she moves forward and whatever. But what I did was I needed her at this point. She's forward, but then she goes forward again. I could at this point say, like, I don't want her as forward as at this point. Maybe I only want her forward a little bit. So I can put my playhead right here, and then just every time I increase my playhead, I can basically, I'm pasting a part of the animation from this keyframe. So I can have, that's why I say when you do your keyframes, go to the absolute furthest point you possibly are or ever going to need, because you can always reduce by hitting this playhead to reduce back towards where it was. But you can't, you have no meter to push yourself further than where you are. So in this case, she goes forward, and then she looks at Twilight, and then she kind of looks back at Pinky. I actually need her to move more forward, so I cannot do that. But if you needed her to pull back more, you could just, at this point, say she looks at Twilight, and then you need her to pull back more. Well, then I can just remove the face, and I can say playhead here a little bit, and then I can have her pull back. The nice thing about doing this is you've already done all the animation for the entire body, and so all this is allowing all your keyframes within a very short amount of time to have very slight movements everywhere, because they're just moving back and forth between all these keyframes that are already okay. You've already determined they're okay, and it should be that if you mix between them that they'll be okay still. Not always, but they should. So I use that all the time. I'll figure out in this scene, what are my extremes? What are all the extremes that I need to do? I'll do those first, and then almost every other motion I need to do from that, I can usually just play ahead and just steal a little bit of this one, a little bit of that one, and get them into the position I need, because they all work. Is a bookmark tool the keyframe tool as well? No, kind of. The bookmark is more just a visual identifier. So if like I choose Twilight here, I can still see where it is. I wouldn't really say that they're the same. They're different, at least in this tool, in the motion editor. It is not the same, but I've just used them the same. There is little tidbit for keys bits. If you have an area that's selected like this and you hit M, no, not M, I'm sorry. Or was it? N puts it at the, I thought that was. Or is it Alt M? There it was. Okay. If you have an area that's selected and you hit Alt M, it will create a bookmark at the edges of any selected area. And if you have an area that is with fall-offs, Alt-M will also create bookmarks at the edges of those fall-offs. So in this case, if I had this selected, it would create all four. That is actually pretty useful. So a lot of times if I want to make bookmarks or something, let's say I don't have bookmarks for these, I'll just select an area like this, Alt-M, and then select an area like this, Alt-M, and there's my bookmarks. It's just an easy way to do it. You can also create bookmark sets. So if you go to active bookmark set, edit bookmark sets, you can create different sets. And so you could say, here's a bookmark set for Applejack, and here's a bookmark set for Twilight. And like, for instance, if I said, let's do, create a new bookmark set, and we're going to call this one Pinkie Pie. So now all the bookmarks are gone. Let's say that my bookmarks for Pinkie Pie were here, here, and here. Well, now those bookmarks are set, and I can right click, say active bookmark set, put it back to default. Now I can see Apple Jacks, but then I want to go back to Pinkie Pie. I can go to active bookmark set, Pinkie Pie. I don't use that very much, but I have had it be pretty damn useful. Normally, if I'm working within a very complicated scene that I don't want to lose the bookmarks, but I need to work on something else that needs bookmarks too, it's a really nice way to split things. And how do you do the time thing? Could you provide a little information on what you mean by the time thing? Might need a little extra context on that. Rough draft is out first, then do the details and the smoothest later on. Yeah, so I wish I could find...
You're doing your thing, I'm doing mine.
You're just looking at horses.
No, I'm looking at fire icons.
Okay. I wish I could find... that's not the right one. There was a very specific video, that specific video stuff it has all of the different like phases that I go through, because normally my first phase is like keyframe. I figure out where all my spots are so that when I play it, it looks generally with what I'm looking for. The second pass over that is just the general blend. It's just me sitting here and just saying round. It might stop moving at certain points, but it's about getting the general flow, because sometimes it might look right in keyframe, it might not work right in blend. So it's just about the general blend. That's a really quick one. The third pass is where I clean that up and I basically fill in any of the gaps, any of the extra stuff to make sure that any of those spots where they stop moving potentially are cleaned up, maybe some extra secondary motions or something to make them keep moving. The fourth pass is where I start cleaning up the extra things like ears, hair, tail, the things that kind of flow with everything else. They're physics objects, they're not as much body objects. Like an arm going up, well, that is a legitimate thing that I have to pay attention to, but a tail moving, that's all just based on normal movement. I don't know what that is going to be until all the movement is finished. So, how do you scroll to make the green part bigger? Button shortcut sort of thing. So this is like shift to just open this, but while it's open, if you keep holding shift and mouse wheel up, you're going to increase your fall offs and decrease your fall offs. To make it just physically bigger for the normal dark green parts, you have to drag. There's no better way to do that. Your fall offs itself are 1, 2, 3, 4 for changing the different types. So your linear, and then your your easy in and easy out are your 1, 2, and 3, and then your 4 is your ease in and ease out for both. So it's just 1, 2, 3, 4. If you just click and shift up, you can just do it from an physical point too. I can't really think of much else in terms of the green bars that you would need to know, at least as of right now. Oh, I guess there is some. So like if you hold Alt, you're going to stretch everything in the green area to do this, but if you don't and you just stretch it, you're just going to do selection. That does work for within the fall offs too, so you can select this and do stretching and whatever. If you copy a thing and paste a thing while it's still gray, or not gray, orange, you can also still see that well, actually I guess it did affect, oh no, it didn't. So we're going to do copy and then paste again. So this will stretch just the orange area. But if you do without holding Alt, it will just increase more of that copied area. So let's say if I copy this huge part of this area, I can copy this or paste it. I can decrease what I have selected and then stretch it from there. But if I don't, and I just increase this, I'm just going to expand the area that I had copied. But then I can compress that and expand it. That still saw my shift, or my Alt. So then I can just go Alt. I can mix my fall offs in there. You can do some really interesting mix and matches with them. Also, how to blend when I'm done rough drafting. If you're in the motion editor, the best you can do is round. You can use spline if you have bookmarks, but spline is rough. It's not very good. I like controlling my timing. Sometimes you want something like this, sometimes you want something like this, or something like this, and it's whatever. I just use round. That's going to be the best way to really do it if you're using motion editor. If you're using graph editor, they're all kind of built in. You'll have to play around with that because I have no idea how that works. If you're looking to get into the animation industry, do not use the motion editor for your main thing. Use the graph editor. That's what you're going to be more used to getting into the professional industry. I'm not in the professional industry. I'm in the I want to make videos of horses industry. So
You can do what you want.
yeah, I can do whatever I want. Nobody's going to tell me what to do. I live my own life.
I have a question.
Oh no.
How effective can an Applejack's hat possibly be if it has holes in it for her ears?
I don't think it has holes in it for ears, but in terms of 3D, and actually even in 2D can get away with it because it just puts the model of the ear in front of the hat.
Yeah.
Like they can do whatever they want. In here, we deal with it.
If she has them tucked up in her hat, she couldn't hear.
She doesn't need to hear. She's a farmer.
Oh, that's good. I mean, a hat with holes in it, just not a very good hat. Oh, it is kind of cute.
Oh, another tidbit for bookmarks. If you're annoyed by having the bookmarks move around, but you don't actually want the bookmarks to move, go into the gear here, go to bookmarks attached to log data. If you turn that off, bam, no longer shifts with your things. Sometimes it's useful, sometimes it isn't. I actually go back and forth turning that on and off because in this case, it's my keyframes. I do want the bookmark to move, but if I was adjusting like a secondary motion, I do not want the bookmarks to move, so I would turn it off. So that is an option I actually go back and forth on a lot. I followed Argo's habits. Well, you failed right there. I can tell you right now, my habits are not good. I always had the worry that I feel like, at least in terms of certain animation bits, that some people are getting bad habits because if they try to follow what I'm doing, because I have bad habits. If you're getting into the more professional space, just be ready to be told you're doing it wrong, and don't tell them that they're wrong. That's all I'm going to say.
Job.
You can feel apples, see apples, taste apples, and feel apples, but can you hear apples?
Apples to apples.
Applejack is deaf.
It's like I have slowly become Apple. Apples do not need ears. Apple.
I'm just going to shift her a little bit forward here, but then we're going to probably be out of time. I'm going to try to work on this a little bit over the weekend because, again, I want to try to have this done by next week. I want to have it ready to render fully by next week. Doesn't mean that it's going to be out next week in any way, but we'll see. I have a feeling this one's probably not going to take that long to do some of the cleanup renders, but we'll see. A lot of it is, if somebody shuts their eyes between shots, it adds a lot of extra work because I have to clean up a lot of crap. But I think because a lot of this is cutting off between words, like they say something and then stop, I don't have to do so much of that. So in this case, I'm just going to keep bending the leg until it feels natural in terms of the bend. So right now, apparently I don't think this keyframe actually incorporated a bend. So we're going to add a little one. Is that natural? Nope. I can see a little bit of a shadow popping up right here, which normally means that it's compressing itself. We're going to add a little bit more. If I select the hand here, you can see that this is facing this direction. It's called hand. And this is facing this direction. That's a twist. I'm going to try to twist it back a little bit to see if I can correct some of that lighting. That doesn't look too bad. I can probably leave that. Okay, that still looks okay. And I could have locked the back legs in here, but it just doesn't look right. So we're gonna just kind of throw the legs back a little bit. And the legs never bend correctly. So we're gonna stretch them out a little bit. Same thing here. Most of the way back, not quite, because I wanted then to increase this one to give a little length. And I think this one might be kind of fine. I'm just gonna maybe twist a little bit. So
the twist.
Nope, we're gonna stretch it back a little bit more. Yeah, that looks better. And you don't really see that very actually. For how, so like to me, she's moving forward from this angle, but from the actual camera angle, she's not, which means I have to fix this. So I want to actually have her lean forward towards Pinkie Pie, but she's not physically doing that. So I'm going to have to play around with that a little bit, but I'm already over time. So I'll definitely try this. If I need anyone help, would it be okay to message you on Discord? Yeah, you can message me and I can see. I may not respond right away, but I'll see if I can help. Sometimes though, it's hard to explain things in text, so that's what the streams are for. So I'm at least helping some of the information help you. And you can always go back and rewatch it again, which is also great. Man, that time fly. It does. Hello, Spider Kid. Let me guess. When I put 4K in SFM video, the FGBS goes more than MBS. I'm guessing that's gigabytes per second goes more than megabytes per second. If it depends, if you're doing, if you do 4K, it's technically 4 times as many pixels. Surprisingly, if you're rendering as a image sequence, if you double your frame rate, you're doubling your size initially. But when you actually encode it, going from 30 to 60 FPS is actually not double. The compression actually helps there. But going to 4K, you're going to generally look at probably 3 to 4 times as bigger in the files. So I appreciate it a lot. Like the only person I know who does SFM animations. Oh, there's plenty of people that do, but it's people that are actually willing to help is kind of the hard part.
It's one thing to do, it's another thing to teach.
Well, I wouldn't say I'm a great teacher, but it's
You're trying.
Hey, that's, you know, who's a good teacher. She's a good teacher. She knows what she's doing.
I think when you were teaching, I was looking at the old Inconvenient Trixie posts because I love those.
She knows how to teach. She can teach you how to eat peanut butter and crackers.
The most terrifying part about My Little Pony is she became the student counselor at the end of the series. She should not be telling children how to lead their lives.
Well, this is somebody that definitely knows how to teach kids.
She took over the town.
Trixie?
And forced children to like pull her cart with no wheels.
Yeah?
And they were just like...
Did they do it?
Yes.
Well, then she was successful.
She showed children a way forward.
I bet my friends and they have no clue. Yeah, well, that's... There's a lot of animation information out there. And if you look up anything regarding 3D animation... it's still going to be relevant to the things you're doing too. So don't think that SFM is any different than any other 3D software. When it comes to keyframing and stuff, what buttons you hit might be different, but the methodology is exactly the same between any software. 3D animation is 3D animation, and even 2D animation, a lot of it's all similar. So especially more current 2D. Anyways, we're going to be done for today. So like I said, we're not going to be doing Jackbox tomorrow. Because Jackbox we're going to be doing that next week because we got some stuff going tomorrow. But we haven't actually. But what is Hero Strain doing? We haven't rated Hero Strain in a while. Hero Strain. Oh, it's doing Buddy. Little Buddy apparently sleeping. Oh, there's Buddy's awake. So we can go raid Hero Strain. Doesn't do pony stuff.
Pony on his head.
Oh my god, he's got his old OC. He's got a little pony OC. So that's definitely pony.
There's pony. That counts.
So we'll go raid Hero Strain. Hero Strain has did some used to do a lot of pony stuff, hasn't done much in the more recent, has been doing more of the VTuber stuff, but has been putting a lot of effort into the stuff that they've been doing. And
on the pony.
he's doing a lot of really cool stuff, has been really cool dude. So go say hi and stuff. And he does have a small little Hero Strain OC on his head. So
Yes.
so we'll go over there. Anyways, we'll see you guys Sunday for game. I don't think we've determined. I have an idea, but we'll figure that out later. And have a kitty.
Meow, meow.
To say thank you very much. We'll talk to you guys later. I appreciate you guys' support, especially with all this stupid Copa stuff. If you want to stick around, get some channel points. Appreciate it. Thank you to Clumsy Buspone, Elias Kresnick, and Nightly H for the cheers. Thank you to Elias and Kelchan for showing up. And you didn't do anything today, but you're there in case it does. And thank you for Jules for the sub. I'm trying to remember. I know Kitty did the sub, Buspone did the sub. Buspone did 2 subs, so thank you guys very much for all the gift subs and the subs. I very much appreciate it. And we'll see you guys later.
And thank you for the derpy.
And the derpies.
Stradwood.
We're gonna go. Zoom!
Go poke that pony.